Welcome everybody back to the Curler
Hair
Corner.
tight, if anything.
Copy.
Hair tight.
We are getting set for draw number 6 action here. We've got Team Ackerman curling out of Saskatchewan taking on Team Grey Weathers out of Alberta. My name is James Runge and I am joined in the commentary booth this afternoon by 3-time Briar participant Josh Berry. Josh, welcome to the booth, my friend.
Hello, hello, hello.
How's it going?
I'm doing great. I'm really excited to be here.
Excellent. We're happy to have you join us here. We've got some good autumn gold action coming at you from Calgary, of course, and the Calgary Curling Club. And as you see, Team Ackerman is throwing the Yellowstones. They will start with Hammer in this B-side matchup.
Okay, room right now. Room right now.
We should be in for a really good game here. Both of these teams recently played at the U25 Next Gen Classic earlier this season in Edmonton at the Saville Center. Of course, Grey Weathers won that event and did defeat Ackerman in the round robin. So, bit of a matchup again. We saw them play at the same event last year too, also won by Grey Weathers. So might be Ackerman looking for a little revenge from earlier in the season, taking a loss to her fellow U25 team.
I've been away from the rink for a couple years, and it's really exciting to see that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
These
I was hoping it would because it looked really
teams
heavy.
aren't so up and coming anymore. It's U25. I'm not necessarily that familiar with some of these teams, but obviously they're playing at a really high level. So it's exciting to be back around the curling community a little bit more, and I'm sure I'll get to start to meet people.
Well, it's excellent to have you back. We know you've been, like I said, you've been to a couple Briars in the past. You've represented 2 provinces, PEI and New Brunswick, originally from New Brunswick, of course, and now making Calgary your home again.
Yeah, I moved to Calgary in 2018 and was here for about 4 years, moved away for a couple, and I'm back and re-rooting myself in Calgary, and
So I think
I'm excited for it. The sunniest city in Canada. I like to tell people that's half the reason I moved back.
Well, we're definitely been treated to some nice weather here, and it's plus 22, 23 today is the expected high, but we are going to be inside keeping hopefully the sheets nice and cool for some good curling.
Are we to the back line? Yep, then.
So both teams going right in. We're not looking at a weight game of just hits and going for blanks. Both teams want to go right at it right from the first end, which is always better for us to watch and for all of you joining us.
I understand that a lot of the time teams, and probably the right choice to make is to play off statistics and your probability of winning a game, but I am definitely a fan of an aggressive game. I think that's something people recognize me for, almost maybe to a fault when I was playing. But yeah, it's more fun. I don't know if if you're gonna spend hours and hours a week every weekend over a lot of years playing. For me, it's more fun.
Most definitely.
I think we're 1-2. I'll just ask her.
And when we have the 5-rock rule in play, right, we're getting to see a lot more offense as it is than the blank ends or the singles. So it's nice to have that good offensive power. And when you've got 2 young teams here, not afraid to go at it right away, it's always fun to see.
Okay.
Fearless curling is always fun curling for a fan or for someone watching.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of, a bit of lack of life experience can lead to better curling sometimes too, maybe.
Maybe you're not in your head as much too.
That's,
Not as
speaking,
stressed.
I guess I'm intentionally aging myself now.
Your Briar appearances weren't that long ago. 2018 was your last one?
Yeah, 2018 in Regina was my last one.
Yes. I was at that Briar. I saw you play.
Stop. Hard curl till it stops. Hard curl till it stops. Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes,
that was
yes,
a lot
yes,
of fun.
yes.
Anytime you get to play in a big event out west is sure to be a good turnout from the fans.
Nice guard right there. You're also at a Briar in Calgary, is that correct? 2015?
Yeah, 2015, yeah, Calgary. 2014 in Kamloops, 2015 in Calgary when I guess it was Pat Simmons
Yeah,
and Kevin
the
Cooey
infamous.
made the big comeback and won that year.
That was a final. I was at that Briar too. That was energy.
The
in that
stands were
final.
full. That was definitely pre-pandemic life.
Definitely. So west
It's
is best for Josh, apparently. He's been to 3 Briars, all of them on the West Coast, so it makes sense. You better stay on the West Coast. It seems you
I've
have
only been
success
to
there.
a Briar while playing in the East Coast, though, so we'll see.
Yeah.
Might be a role reversal here.
Now, Briar, as we know, is in Regina this year. And, of course, these teams on the ice right now will be fighting to win a provincial title and qualify for the Scotties this year, which will be held here in Calgary, Alberta.
That's what I hear. Maybe
Look
at
at that
the,
run
is it
back.
at the Calgary Olympic Park? The COP?
Yeah, at COP.
Awesome.
Beautiful venue.
It's a good throw.
There's a lot of development. It seems to be a lot of development around that area right now, too. So
Yeah.
probably a place to keep an eye on over the next few years.
Yep. Had a few slams hosted at COP, and we've had as well the Pan Continental Curling Championships. The inaugural one was held last year at the venue as well. Nice venue. So fans, if you're listening, make some plans for February. Come join us in Calgary. Watch some great women's curling at the Scotties this year. It'll be a good time.
Pardon? No, she thinks we are, so. Good throw. What? Whatever you like. Thank you.
Nice opening end conversation there. The team deciding whatever Skylar wants to play, they're supporting.
You got it, buddy. Right to T.
Line's good. Hey, bit of room right now. The 4. Kaylin drop. Always Kaylin.
Yeah, right on. They've been on it from right out of her hand.
Hard curl. Got to cross center. Got to cross center. Hard curl. To the back's okay. To the back's okay. Just go. Just go. Just go. Just go. Just go. To the back's okay. Hard, hard, hard.
Scrubbing it right in there.
Good suit, guys.
A little wide, but pretty good amount of curl. Got that to finish in there, which makes the roll in a little bit tougher.
And nice communication the whole way down there. The team's talking to each other, letting them know. Skylar's getting to hear what the sweepers are saying. She's communicating with the sweepers really well online and where she wants it. So it's definitely what you want to see if you're going to be successful. Strong communication is key to being victorious.
Yep. Clean.
They're all the same. So
Whoa.
Curl. Yeah.
Hard curl.
Yeah.
Hard curl.
There you go.
Yeah. No, that throw's fine.
Gets her to both back ones there.
Sorry.
Skylar's got a good chance here to score two. Set up right here. Split the house a little bit. Hit and roll over to the open side and take advantage with hammer in the opening end. Do you like this call, Josh? Break it apart?
Yeah, for sure. Early on in these games, these kind of shots can be taken for granted, and it's a good chance to get to know the ice and make a relatively simple shot. But also, at the start of the game, this slide path can be a little bit frosty or not quite up to speed yet, so it's worth taking an extra bit of care.
Hard. Okay, whoa.
Seems like a simple shot, but one that you need to execute.
Definitely. Yeah, good call too. Both these teams, neither of them have played on sheet 5 yet. They've been on other sheets so far. This is their first streaming game for, I believe, both. So a little bit different. Every sheet always has a little bit of a different feel to it. Rocks will maybe feel a little bit different on each one as well. So just getting the feelings out for the first end on both sides.
How many viewers do we have on this thing anyways?
That's a good question.
I'm waiting for a chat bubble to pop up.
We're waiting, I guess.
Curl.
Okay, we're at 40 we hear right now, so
40.
hopefully
well,
we'll
we're here for the people. Hopefully,
up that
hopefully they
number.
respond.
Yeah, everyone that is joining us online, drop your name in the chats. Give us a shout out. Where are you watching from? We'd always love to hear, especially if you're representing Saskatchewan or Alberta, who you're cheering for.
Or
Get a
New
little
Brunswick.
provincial battle, or a little New Brunswick call out there.
Yeah,
Nicely
I
done,
thought it was a touch
Josh.
more back than your first.
Homer Province over
But
there for
I
you.
think that your also caught that center line. Keith.
The love, hate, love relationship.
I don't mind taking a touch less room on those for me.
Yep. I think for anyone, honestly, like it ran pretty straight.
Yep.
Ran the nose here a bit. There you go.
Nice hit there.
Yep. And there's a great shot to see that they're pretty evenly matched. The double will be a little difficult, but
So they'll have the option here to either hit nose or play the roll in. They do have to be careful because if they end up hitting nose once more, there will be a bit of an angle for a double.
Yeah.
Trying to get a big roll under.
Yeah, there we go. Perfect call right there from the skipper. On the front end, nowhere plan.
Oh yeah, this goes way more.
Yeah.
This didn't do anything.
It is, but that's fine. And she said I was going more positive. Just still follow it, which I like.
Yeah, no, that's great.
She's just a little, I told her I was going to kill my.
Okay, I think their draw path will be a little now because it hasn't been played.
I could see that, yes.
They threw one. It's a little straighter that way too because the guard stayed way over.
Yep. Up. Clean. Whoa. Whoa. Curl. Close.
Gonna need it to curl over here. Just too much of the roll there. Didn't hit it enough. All right, so now if you're Ackerman, what's your plan here?
I don't love leaving them at double.
Well, I would be looking probably
Let's make it.
at just playing the scoreboard this early in the game and splitting the house. But honestly, that draw is really tempting too. To try to sink another one around there and make it 3. The guard's relatively high, so there is lots of room to come in there.
Yeah.
It probably comes down to how well they know the ice and how they've performed in previous draws.
Yeah, I'd be tempted to go on full offense now, having the 2-to-1 rock advantage here too, with this being Skylar's first. So you'd be tempted, but I like the call. We don't need to go all out right away.
I think that if I was their age, I would be coming around the center guard hands down.
With your aggressive standpoint of how you like to play, hey?
A couple more years of wisdom, I might reconsider and probably still make that choice.
Nice call, though. This is a good opening end call to make sure you're putting at least your 2 on the board to start us off. And I think that's what they're going to want to go for. This is going to trend down a little deep here. Is it going to stop in time? Just.
Now, the concern with that is because that was such a high guard and the yellow's only half exposed, depending on how much curl, there is a potential of maybe throwing hack weight and getting close to the nose. But it's pretty early, so I don't think they'll take that risk. They'll just hit the back one and concede their 2.
Yeah. Yeah, you'd imagine even hitting nose here, Skylar's just going to draw, have an open house to at least full 12, and she'll be good to get her 2 with her hammer. So she's got to be pretty happy about it. And of course, Gray Weathers, as you can tell by the nice A on the front, representing the University of Alberta Pandas. Shout out to that program. Obviously, we know that program. Very successful university U Sport program in curling.
I feel like she'll need a little left center.
There you go, hitting the nose there.
It's moving really hard out there.
And as we kind of were just expecting, Ackerman's going to take the draw. Just needs full 12. But good opportunity early too. Just they obviously would have been practicing the draw to the button. That's how they got hammer. But after throwing a few rocks of in-game play, good opportunity for her to just get her draw weight down in the first end.
Yeah, she shouldn't have too much of an issue with this spot. Most of the rocks this end have been thrown down this path. So it is the first end, but we'll have to look into next end to see if maybe the other side of the sheet is a little less played on. It might be a little slower or curl more.
Yeah, good call. We really have seen only one half of a sheet being played on this end. It's been pretty consistent on this side. No concern there. Nicely done. Smart, both front end sweepers walking it down with it. Just keeping brooms down to make sure no issues. There you go. Beautiful draw. Back button for Skylar Ackerman. She gets on the board first with hammer. She got the 2-0 lead over Gray Withers. We'll be back with the second end, and we'll shift focus to our Pandas.
Bye.
Welcome back. We are here for end number 2 action here at the Curlers Corner Autumn Gold Curling Classic. Let's give a shout out to our title sponsor, Curlers Corner. Could not make an event this successful for this long without an awesome title sponsor. If you're ever in Calgary, come on down to Curlers Corner, see Bernice, have a wonderful time. Lots of good curling products in store, and just stop by and say hi for a lovely smile, of course, too. All right, so now we see that going in the house from Team Ackerman. What would be your choice here in the second end, Josh? Would you stick with your game plan and put some guards up, or do you keep an open end, or you just want to keep going on your offense and get your 2 back right away?
Good.
I think they're making the right choice throwing a corner guard. It is the second end, so it is a long game. It's an 8-end game, but they are behind by 2, and they have to keep in mind that there is a benefit to having hammer in the even ends. I think this is the right call.
Yeah, definitely call. Good call.
Okay, good. 6-1. Just too much room. It was a good throw.
And as we said, this Gray Withers team has had some great success already this season. They won like I said earlier, the Next Gen U25 Classic, defended the ice there. They're the 2-time champions, so that event's only been on for 2 years. They're the only female team to win it, so they've won it 2 years in a row now. And then, of course, if you were paying attention to the Sweep 16 at the PointsBet Invitational, you would have also seen them competing there. So they've had some good games under their sliders this season. Lots of good teams they've played against. Definitely having a pretty solid season.
Yeah, you mentioned them, having to at least have a bit of consideration for any team that's wearing the U of A jersey on their backs, and I haven't necessarily seen a lot of these teams play, but that I guess you could call it a brand by this point. The teams that U of A produces, they have a pretty tight program there, and there's a lot to be said for their success. Certainly with players like Botcher and Kelsey Rock coming out of U of A as well.
Yeah. Both Sturmays.
Yeah. I think that something that they, in my opinion, that they do very well at that program is teach the foundations and the fundamentals of curling extremely well. Even if you compare their slides to other curlers, you often see just very technically sound slides. Maybe less flavor, you might call it, compared to some other places in the country. But I think it makes such a big difference, especially as you get out of your 20s into your 30s, to have that foundation built, so then you can get into playing and not have to be tweaking as much.
Yeah.
It's a busy season, and oftentimes these teams are playing 3-4 weekends of the month, and your practice ends up just being your tournaments because there's not actually much time to practice. So having that early foundation is really important.
Yeah, for sure. Seen back-to-back little misses, though, here now in this end. Going the other way. Ackerman had that miss on theirs, and then, as we just saw, Grey Withers had the rub there on the guard.
Good sweep. 15-7.
I kind of like playing that.
So the depth perception might fool a few of us on the camera angles here, but just so we're clear, just the yellow is in the house right now. The other three are all above the house.
Right there.
Nothing's biting or close to biting. I have a feeling those yellows aren't going to be around much longer anyway.
Depending on where this one sticks around, there's starting to be an accumulation of red stones out front.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's better.
Nice shot there.
Yep.
That's a good throw. 8-9.
Didn't get rid of the second one, but left the shooter in a pretty dangerous spot, and I would be a little bit concerned if I'm yellow right now.
Same throw.
Your first instinct's to try to get one in there to get your deuce, but if there's a half miss or two in here, you might see a lot more rocks out front.
Well, advantage for Grey Withers, yeah, having the control zone in the front of that house with all those reds and having Hammer on top of it. So she's got to be feeling pretty good about where their status is here so far. This is a good opportunity for Ackerman to tuck it in, but it's just going to rub on that top red.
14-2.
Rat row. So now this is a pretty good chance for red to sink another one in here. They're not really at risk of it. They don't need to throw a guard. They can go full offense here. Obviously, it's pretty blocked up at front.
It's a fight to get in there so far. We've had both teams trying to get down to the 4-foot first, and both rubbing on the front messes up there. So first one in might be the advantage here. Been sweeping this since right out of her hand. Just gonna rub on that yellow again, so same thing.
4-5.
Wow, it's quite the difficult path to get into the rings now.
Good sweep.
I would say the advantage probably swings back the other way to Ackerman right now. They've got a rock in a pretty good spot on the center line, but they do have to take advantage and make this shot now, or else it might get dicey here soon.
Play the nice tap right here. Yep, back 12 like Skylar's calling right here. Good opportunity. Do the perfect tap. You'll be sitting 2. Front's going to be a little bit messy to get to, and you'll have control. So
I think weight would have been really good.
Grey Withers is going to have to come up with something if the shot is made perfectly here. Pressure on. First of third stones here in the second end.
Yep, gotta go! Top 4! You gotta go.
You still got it.
Straight, hard you got it. Hard you
It's
got
the weight. Definitely worried about the weight here.
Hard you got it.
Hard, you gotta go. Hard, you gotta go. Hard straight, hard straight, hard straight.
Whoa. It's going the wrong way. It's going the wrong way. Whoa.
Good sweep.
Yeah, got the tap though.
13-9.
Maybe a little bit over than what they would have preferred, but got the tap, got it back, and
13-9.
applying the pressure like we said on Grey Withers here. Good opportunity to go with a run back though. Get rid of both, and then again, like we said earlier, Grey Withers have control of the front. All that red in the front, you'd want to hopefully be able to use it now if you're sitting with Hammer.
Yeah, there's a great result if this run back is made. The concern is that yellow will be drawing for 3 here if it's not.
7-7.
Which seems to be the case.
Just misses the run back there. Yep. Ackerman's now going to play guard for your life a bit here without having no hammer and being up by 2.
Full 12.
Oh, there you go.
Kind of.
She's getting a little, this is a nice call. I like this call, getting a little aggressive there. Trying to block out those reds. Sit there for 3, too. What do you think of this call? Do you like this, or would you take the guard at the front and guard your yellow?
Do you think she's trying to straight guard this, or maybe hook a little bit around the one top 12?
Yeah, I think she called to go around the reds. That's where she had her broom before she put it down for the line.
Little tight. 3 right now.
I think she wants to sit.
3 right now.
Sitting 3 here after this, just tucking it around.
Okay, so she's calling in front of the
Oh,
house.
now they changed. Yes, good call. Good catch.
Line set, just touch center.
Full 12. Yeah, full 12.
My bad.
Just full 12 back. Oh. Gonna overcurl. Gonna overcurl. Just let it sit. Just let it sit. Just whoa.
Okay.
Almost in between both shots, actually.
I think that was actually a pretty good result because it didn't actually leave a double except for the one straight back.
Mm-hmm.
Even if that's made,
wait, 1 minute
yellow will
farther.
still sit 1, and there will be a
Good for
draw.
like never mind.
Cross and hit it this way. Or hit it high. Two-thirds high.
There you see, perfect angle right there. Exactly where they want to hit this rock. Props to our camera team again, as always, for great work today. Helping us out with this.
Whoa.
There we go, look at that, gorgeous.
Pardo. That's better.
Sweet.
8-2.
There you go, just the back. Doesn't get them both, but the important thing is pushing it off that scoring area there and opening it up a little bit.
He's good.
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily look better because yellow's got a couple in there, but the front is getting pretty near blocked off, and so those reds are promotable into the house.
Definitely. And stay tuned at the end of this end. We will go and do a scoreboard watch, let you know who's all on the ice here, which games, who's scoring so far. We'll give you a nice little update of the early portion of Draw 6 action here this afternoon in Calgary.
And one of the lucky people who comment in our chat box will win a prize.
Josh is giving out prizes, apparently. This has not been discussed.
I'm just raking for attention here. No one's commented yet.
Josh will give you some gum. He's got lots of gum on hand. We'll ask him for some. He's got some Excel here for you.
One on the center line. They played that exact same spot and took edge 4.
Although if you do follow, give the event account a follow on Instagram. You can kind of see there's been some, if you're in Calgary, come on down, check out the game action live, and you might be able to win some free food. There's been some nice pretzel giveaways happening yesterday on the Instagram feed.
And this is real? These are real prizes?
Yes, it was real pretzels. They're really good. Dill pickle flavor too, actually. They're wonderful.
Interesting. I think that actually worked out pretty well for them. They kind of just snuck it in, blocked the hole off, and they are counting 3. So at this point, they're offering a bit of a threat to the team from U of A.
Yeah, that kind of forced Grey Withers to deal with it a little bit more too now, where that ended up. So could look at it from missed opportunity from getting one back there, but like you said, the end result still a positive. Lots of pressure.
Like you can hold it really well, so I think that this ice is close. They played this pretty much the same shot, so. Okay.
Really important to get the weight right with this shot. There is a fair bit of room for error, but should the weight be right, the line really doesn't have to be that close to at least sit shot.
Yeah, good call, and that's what we heard there. It was a really good, again, good conversation in the hack.
Tight.
lot of communication coming down on this one. I think they're kind of wondering what to do here. See where this ends up.
It looks like they were right off it for the weight, but it does.
It is
seem like it's
shot
stopped
though.
for shot.
Yeah, it is shot.
Good call. Okay,
It's back there, but it is shot. So it changes Ackerman's potential of what she wants to do here, knowing that they're sitting one.
all right, I just kicked
And we're on
again.
final skip stones here in the second.
But it just
What would you do here, Josh?
good call, really good call.
It's very much a risk-reward shot. Do you want to make sure that you're keeping it close, or there is the chance to maybe make a shot for 3 here? The way I'm seeing it is the shot for 1's not particularly easy either. Oh, am I on?
There we
We're
go.
backward here. I'm looking at the.
Lisa wants a prize. Lisa wants a prize. Lisa Parent, as you know, sitting here and helping us out with cameras. Apparently now she wants a prize. I mean, you are doing an outstanding job, so someone should give you something. So Josh owes Lisa a prize. I like this. This is what we've now come up to. D, my friend, listening from Leduc, cheering for a few teams. Team Galusha is cheering for. Fond of the Pandas.
Clearly something we did worked.
Love it.
Chat just blew up.
Love seeing it.
The
This
algorithm is peaking.
Yep. Welcome, D. Hope you're doing well. Megan, welcome as well. Also, a great, huge curling fan. Does a lot of great work on social media supporting the sport. So, Megan, great to see you joining us for the chat today.
Should curl.
And Chris, we are going to get some score updates coming up right at the end of this end too, so stay tuned.
There, 1. Them. Seems here.
It's pretty tight on who's shot on that one. Who do you think shots is right now there, Josh?
Intern?
Yeah, I'm seeing that as well.
My angle is
But
not the
also,
best.
like,
I'm thinking probably
I feel
yellow.
if we take
I think
any
so,
more
hey?
space, it's gonna hook really hard.
Yeah.
I'll just be argumentative and go with red just to be different. It's more fun if we have a different opinion.
I am kind of seeing this way, honestly.
Those in the chat that are watching, place your bets.
She
Bet on red, bet on yellow.
with a hook.
What do you see?
I think
good-
the
good
fact
angle
that
right there.
she even had a look to see what she could do about moving the yellow probably means that yellow's shot. But I don't really know that it changes her shot choice that much, unless she was to take it out maybe on the in-turn with that double.
There's kind of shit on the ice down there, so
Oh.
just keep it
Yep.
down.
Nice, there we go. So if we were doing a little
Just straight draw.
penalty for
If we could,
language,
I mean, they're one, but only by
Grey
like
Weathers,
half an
you're
inch.
going to owe a little
So if we
donation
can,
potentially
I
there.
like
call
it.
the audible to take
We're-
turns
Love it.
behind the guard, but just going for the straight draw.
Live with authenticity. she
That's right.
says.
Speed very similar to draw to the pin. Still 2 feet quicker. Okay.
There you go. Good communication again from the front end to their skipper. So this is last rock and number 2. Grey Weathers making the draw to score 1, maybe 2. We'll see how it ends up.
Hair tight. Tight.
Seems to be curling a lot.
Yeah, definitely over curling. Not going to be there, unfortunately, for that.
And now we wait.
Yeah, probably.
Let's see what goes on here.
Did we bet anything there?
We did not.
No dill pickle pretzels?
No dill pickle pretzels. No. We'll have to talk to Nadine Scotland and see about getting dill pickle pretzels here.
Interesting.
As I say, Nadine's name just happens to be sitting right behind me right now that I did not see when I said her name.
A baby just showed up in the booth, and I am obsessed. I don't know what's going on.
We got
right
babies
now.
in the booth. We got Nadine in the booth. The adorable baby in the booth. And such cute eyes.
It just doesn't curl as much going away as it does.
Love it.
I'm going to give like the same ice I gave this end.
All right, our team. Can we go and do let's do a scoreboard update for our fans.
It's been coming this.
There we go. Awesome. Thank you, camera team. So over on sheet number 1, we've got Team Cameron with a 2-1 lead after 2 over Team Vaughn. Team sheet 2, obviously blank. We have 6 sheets on ice in action today. Nakamura has the 3-1 lead after a big steal of 2 in second over Team Germany, which is Team Abbas.
Yeah. Okay.
Shift and focus. Sheet number 4, Jess Hyunkin's team got the 2-0 lead after the first end over our defending champions Team Gim from Korea. That second end has wrapped up, though. They just haven't put the scoreboard up. So once we know, we will update you on that. Of course, sheet 5 is our feature game. Sheet 6, blank for this draw. Sheet number 7, Brown picks up steal in 2. She's got the 2-0 lead over Tabitha Peterson's USA team, also a former champion here 2 years ago. And over on sheet 8, it's a good question. Morgan Muse is standing right in our way, but it looks like it's a 1-1 tie between Muse and Korea's Team Ha. So there's your scoreboard watch after end 2. We'll update you as we go along, and we will be back with end number 3 action coming up. All right, we are back. We were distracted by Nadine and the beautiful baby there, so our apologies. But there you see, as the scoreboard was updated, thank you for updating that, our teams. Ackerman did pick up the steal of 1 there in 2, so she's got the 3-0 lead now. Grey Withers, of course, retaining hammer as we play the third end. And just a reminder, this is a B-side game, so win or lose, the teams will still be playing in it. The loser will drop down to the C-side grind, of course, but the winner will stay up in the B. So not an elimination game for either team, which is always nice. But you definitely don't want to drop into the C too early or at all if you can possibly avoid it. Here we see Grey Withers trying to take advantage of that nice corner guard.
Catherine, I didn't see it move. Did you see the guard move? No. I think it's good.
Good sportsmanship right there from both teams.
Did you like that last outcome?
Dad?
At the 3-0 deficit, you'll see Team
board?
Grey Withers play pretty hard toward the edges of the rings if
Stay
they
to her,
can.
buddy.
So they threw
You got
their corner guard. They're gonna probably stay pretty aggressive through the next few ends here.
Yeah, we're definitely going to want to see them kind of get on the scoreboard here in the third end. And get back into this. You don't want to give up let the lead grow too much, even in an early start of the game. There you go. Nice shot right there.
Go. Good sweep. 9-7.
Didn't get the roll over as far as they may have wanted, but it didn't matter. Important thing is you got rid of the red, shifted over there, and it's going to force Gray Withers into trying to do this hit and roll behind that corner guard again.
Yeah. Still good spot. Close.
Calling that right away.
She's got it. She's just gonna roll over there.
It's the perfect amount of roll, just went the wrong side, unfortunately. She would have liked to roll that probably the other way behind her own corner.
Yeah.
10.
It has to.
And my second was the same weight.
Yeah.
Ackerman has a good shot here. Hey, Josh, that she can kind of go for
You got it, buddy.
the own hit and roll behind her center guard now. If she can make it perfectly and avoid the jam at the back there, even with that red, or that yellow. But good opportunity to be sitting two here.
Yeah, you could say the momentum might be shifting a little bit here, depending on how these next couple rocks go. But sitting two buried with hammers are
Party guard.
Hard, Ashley. Hard, Ashley.
Oh, the 3-0 lead.
hammer. With the 3-0 lead is very good, yeah. Their
Oh, that
goal
was
right
nice.
now is essentially just to get rid of those red rocks, and actually a blank would be very much in their favor right now as well.
That was a nice shot. All right, Gray Weathers is going to have to go into a little bit of defense mode now, considering where those rocks are, and with that yellow front guard. She's got to get rid of some of those to clear it up here.
Heel. 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 Yep. Yep. Whoa.
Weight is up there.
Whoa.
There we go.
Nice shot there.
Beautiful double. Nicely done.
Not to mention it did roll to the wing, which is always nice when you have hammer, that the center line's a little bit more opened up.
Yeah, that was a really nice shot. It kind of feels like that's what the team needs right now. The Gray Weathers team will feel a little deflated after the first two ends. Probably not what they were looking for with their game plan, but if you get a few shots like that, a few really nice shots, starts getting you a little bit more confidence going into the game. Feel like you can get right back in this. It's only 3-0, like we said, early in the game too, so lots of rocks still to be played.
Clean. Clean. Oh, clean. Yep. 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 Hard roll,
Ackerman
hard roll.
going
Yes,
for the
yes,
hard
yes,
roll
yes,
here.
Yes. 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 Go. 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 10.
Pretty nice shot.
There we go. That's what we were wondering when that's going to happen. Gray Withers shifting back now, back to the offense. Start using that corner guard that they threw up there. It's your best way to get back in this game.
Hi.
You like this call, Josh?
Yep, I do. They may have a hard time getting shot with this and also burying, but they've got a few rocks left, so there's not too much of a rush. And that yellow one is completely open to the point where there may even be a little bit of a flop on the inside later in the end.
Yeah, important to get this just behind that corner and obviously keep it above the tee line. Even if it's not shot, this is your setup shot for your potential 3 in this end if you can still pull it off. Look at that finish though, just keeps going. Gotta stick around. Oh, just goes out, unfortunately.
I think it's out.
Thank you, Skylar. We're gonna trust her. We're gonna trust her opinion on that one since she just overlooked it.
Always trust the person without glasses over the people with glasses.
Like this one?
Or should it be the other way around?
But I would say always trust the person that's standing right above the rock versus the people that are, how many feet away are we? We're on a second level, and
You're coming off a one bet losing streak, so I would also trust her.
I'm coming off? I don't know. I don't know if that's true. Debatable. Don't you still owe Lisa a prize anyway? Can't forget that. Lisa won't let us.
Line's good, little tight, stay close. Yep, then. Yep, hard. Hard, straight. Hard, straight. Hard all the way. Hard.
Coming down.
Hard, straight. Hard, yes.
There you go.
Good sweep.
Nice shot. She got to the inside there, which, as they say, creates a Christmas tree angle on those rocks. It makes it harder to get more than one out.
Yep.
And also takes away the flop on the inside that I mentioned might be available.
Keep playing it.
Good throw.
And the
Yeah,
key
really
thing
nice
for that was that it really took away Grey Withers cannot go to that corner guard that she's been trying this whole end to get and bring it into play. She cannot. She's got to play on these two now, so keeps the advantage over to Ackerman.
Yep, yep. It goes so hard there.
Here we go.
No. Pulse. No.
No is definitely not what you'd want to be hearing right now.
7. Oh, thanks.
Gets one out of there, though.
Yeah, nice shot. She couldn't really do much more than that.
Yep.
That is throw over I gave you for yours.
And their goal at this point with Hammer is more just to have the center line opened up. Their opportunity at getting 2 or 3 this end is kind of starting to look like it's dried up. So she just wants to make sure that she has an open 4-foot for her last one.
What do you like the call here? Do you like just hitting the red and flopping in? Do you like drawing? What would you do in this shot? You have a couple options here for Ackerman.
Well, right now, as it is, if nothing were to happen, there would be a little flop in on that yellow or even a straight draw. So rolling in off of that red stone can only help you at this point, I think. If you can roll all the way to the top 4, even better.
First skip stones here in end number 3.
Clean. Full. Close.
Clean and close are always good words.
Close. Clean. Whoa.
It also means you don't have to sweep.
Yeah, they're very happy following it down. There you go.
Set.
Nice flop
Great
over.
shot there.
Look at that little bit of spin there at the end. Just keeps it nicely covered.
That works. Yeah.
So that really only leaves Team Grey Withers with one option, which is to play a little bit of a tap back, probably on that yellow on the
That was maybe
button.
the
Yep,
first
there you
one.
go.
and hope for a half miss or a miss on the next one by Ackerman.
It worked out pretty good though.
I think T1.
Serena's mic must be connected to yours. Same thing you said. She said the exact same thing at the same time. So you guys are on the same wavelength right now?
Looks like I haven't lost it.
No.
Playing T1.
No, you could throw more weight at this shot,
Sorry, playing back
but you
4,
probably end
playing
up rolling out in the open and leaving leaving the other team essentially a free draw to replace the same shot or maybe a little hit. And this one does have an outside chance at giving you a deuce or at least an easier shot at giving you a 1. So that's the right call.
I think she called back 4 weight for the tap as she was getting the hack.
Ideally, she'd push it back behind the button just to give yourself a little bit more room for the draw on the next one.
Gotta be T1.
She doesn't want to come up light here and only tap it a few inches
Taking a
because
deep turn.
yellow will still be shot and will be
Need-
following up
need
by
this
a
to
really easy
curl.
card.
Good job.
Nice finish there at the end. Nice curling at the end for that.
Yeah, do you hate just a guard? Like here?
And by the sounds of it, it appears yellow's still shot
That was
rock.
my first thought.
Yeah, I think so.
And I think that probably leaves a pretty easy decision. to
And
guard.
it's going to be
Yeah.
fresh.
This seems like
Yes, Chris, there is one game on the YouTube channel. And it is always on sheet number 5. Some teams do elect to stream some of their games as well if you're looking for some others. Some make that available, some do not. But for the full streaming package, it is always sheet number 5 here at the Calgary Curling Club.
Like we can be here and that's still good.
Yeah, there was a number of suction cup phone holders on the glass strewn across all, what is it, 8 sheets last night?
Yes.
7 or 8 sheets last night. So if you follow the teams on Facebook or Instagram, you might be able to catch them on their live streams.
But of course, we want you to join us as well. You're always welcome. This is why you have split screens, maybe. You can watch both at the same time.
Just make sure there's no holding.
And hopefully our commentary will keep you interested to stay with us. So while we wait for the shot, we can just give you the update. Team Gim did score 1 in the second end, so Hunkin leads Gim 2-1 right now, and they are playing the third end. There's a lot of rocks in that house and a lot of conversation happening on that sheet, on sheet number 4, one end over from us.
Doesn't need to curl. Over and off. Over and off, over and off, over and off, over and off. Whoa, whoa,
Skylar's just trying to take the guard. There's a beautiful shot right there that you can see the yellow at the back is the one that is counting right now. Ackerman just wants to block that red from being promoted and for shot.
Sorry, just a softer release.
Absolutely perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing like here?
Force Grey Withers out to the draw around all those yellows
It looks over.
and suck it in there, hopefully landing on the button to score her 1. But she is facing 1 here.
Yeah, they went down there like, that looks a lot easier than the other one.
Good shot.
If we think back to the first end, this was the side where all those rocks were thrown, so speed should be kept up here in this end fairly nicely. Not an easy shot though.
No.
You have to really flirt with the outside guard, and you'll expect the brushers to be very close to this one the whole way, even if the weight's great, just to maintain the line.
Yeah, good call. Give it to your brushes on this. As Grey Withers settles in the hack here and you look down at the house, it would look a little daunting for you. That scoring space looks very small, and you cannot see it with all that yellow in front. So toss it to her sweepers and let them draw it in there.
Whoa. Just off.
Yeah, it's going to overcurl again on that side, unfortunately. So that will be another steal. So Team Ackerman from Saskatchewan wearing the steel pants in this game now, picking up another steal here in 3. They have padded their lead to 4-0 after 3 ends of play.
Thieves.
Wow. We will be back with end number 4. Grey Withers will retain hammer, and we will see if they can get themselves on the scoreboard and get back in this game. Stay tuned.
Do we think?
welcome back. Here we go with end number 4 action. And of course, thanks for joining us on the chat and joining us on your Saturday afternoon of here in Canada anyway, a Thanksgiving long weekend. Always appreciate spending time with all curling fans. So drop us a line in the chat. Let us know where you're watching from. We'll give you some shout outs. Love to see where everybody's joining us. And of course, drop us a little heart. Hit that little heart button. Like us. Share with your friends. Share with your curling family friends. Always welcome to have more people join us and get some good chats. Watching some great, outstanding curling action here from the Calgary Curling Club.
It's also good for the algorithm. Hitting that like button gets more viewers in, but it also thanks our sponsors.
For sure, big.
Yeah, good call.
All of this event couldn't have happened without the great sponsors here. And obviously, if you look at all the little logos plastered over everyone's bodies, you can tell how many people have gone into supporting making this event happen.
Yeah, definitely. Really good call there. As we say when we're doing all the streams, always thank the sponsors. And of course, as curling fans, whenever you see a sponsor name, go out and support those sponsors. Give them a thank you. Always appreciate it. Chris, watching from South Korea. Love it. Okay, so Chris, that's why you definitely need some updates from Gin's game. Is that correct? We can definitely do that. And we'll give you some updates on Ha as well. Ha and Muse are still tied at 1. They blank the 3rd, so there you go there. They're playing the 4th, and Hunkin has just scored 1 in 3, so she has the 3-1 lead over Team Gim right now. We got you, Chris. We'll give you your updates on your Korean teams on the ice right now.
Bit of room. Okay, always Ashley. Always Ashley. Okay,
Now, we're not pretending to be smart on this, are we? I've been away from a couple of years, and I know at one point they were talking about getting rid of 10N games. Have they gotten rid of the 10N games at the national world level yet?
No. Those are still 10Ns. Yeah, good call. We're still sitting at the 10Ns for international and national championships. 8Ns for tour and slam events right now. Ongoing discussion. I think we heard that from Tyler yesterday morning in his chat. They were talking about the 10N versus 8N idea. Lots of people have a lot of opinion. Let us know. Drop us in the chat and see what you think. If you prefer the 8Ns or 10Ns when it comes to tour events versus our national championships or World Curling Federation events, our world championships.
Where do you stand on it?
You know what? Honestly, I don't mind that system as it is right now. I like the 8N games for tours. I like it for the slams. The money events, I like the 8Ns. World championships, I don't mind the 10Ns. I'm still on board, but I might be a little old school or maybe showing my age a little bit, but it's kind of how I was raised with it, so I kind of like it still. Oh, nice double there, by the way. What are your thoughts on it, Josh? Do you like the 8s or the 10s?
I mean, I always stood for 10Ns. I loved it. Maybe part of that was because it gave me a chance to come back in games sometimes. There's something about being at a national or world level, and it just kind of, it seems like it elevates the experience just because it's purely different, just by being a little bit longer. Generally, those events, too, tend to be over the course of, say, 7 to 10 days, where there's more time to play games. So playing a couple games in a day is not a big deal, even if they're 10Ns.
Yeah,
in a shorter event, 8Ns seem like a lot more.
Yeah, good call.
That said, being behind the mic, I understand for the first time how maybe 8Ns is a little bit more appealing. Obviously, like being a player is just a small part of the game. A lot more goes into it than that. Especially as it expands into a bigger sport and more money is funneled into the sport. You do have to consider the PR side of things, the marketing, the branding, sales, everything. Everything that you see in a big corporation is also involved in curling. And I think at the end of the day, we try to make it best for the curlers, but also there has to be consideration for what makes the sport grow as well.
Yeah, good call.
And if it means 8N games, and the pros and cons list is longer on the pros, then I think I'm for that as well.
I think you make a good point too, and as we saw there, nice run back from Team Ackerman. I think you make a good point on the
Good,
difference
that's
too
irrelevant.
in the formatting of the events, right? A World Championship, you're playing maybe 2 games only a day. There's more downtime.
Good
There's more
play.
in between each
outside.
games, where when you're looking at this is a great event here. We have a
Okay, we can
triple
run it
knockout
again.
format here where once you drop down to that C, you may be playing 3 games in a day just to qualify, and then you're playing 3 the
play that
very
across.
next day in the playoffs if
Right
you
to
do
play it
make it.
across.
So potentially could be playing 6
Yeah.
games. This is a big event here, 32-team triple knockout. So if you do drop down to the C, you would have played 6 games in 2 to 3 days, and then 3 games on Monday in the playoffs. You're looking at potentially playing 9 games in 3 days. So that would be a lot with a 10-end game.
One thing to consider too is when you're playing a national or world event, there's a set amount of teams. Generally, you're talking countries or provinces, but that amount of team is set in stone, and it doesn't generally change from year to year unless there's format changes. But when you're talking about a cash spiel, a lot of the time
Can you see
you're
more?
happy to get as many teams as you can into the event. And if it means having more teams and more money, a bigger purse, I'm definitely in support of having a couple ends less. If there's not that same amount of money online and expectation for growth of the sport, then play 10 ends. I'm okay with that too.
Yeah, good call. And it's too, when you have tour events like this, like you said, the more teams that enter the event, the greater opportunity to increase that strength of field multiplier, which means more points are available. More points for teams to collect means you're going to get those top good teams coming here that want to get those points as they fight for slam positions and moving up those world rankings, which is important, not just in Canada, but around the world too. Teams want to get some good points and good rankings. So we say a bit of a little error there, but clears out the front for Ackerman. Both those guards are gone now, but Grey Withers is sitting 3 and does have hammer down 4-0. So opportunity here to get some of those points back on the board. What do you do now if you're Team Grey Withers?
Is going to curl that much.
Well, so just to recap, Red has the hammer, and they are also throwing. I'm thinking.
I like this. I love this idea here. Let's go down. Let's chalk it out rather than yell back and forth down the ice. As you can hear in the background, all these other sheets are in play around us. So nice reset there. Take some time. Let's chat it out before we throw. Make sure we're making the right call. This is a smart move by the young team, but experienced team coming through on this one.
This is one of those situations where a lot of the time, the more rocks you have in the house, the harder the decision is actually to make. Their goal at the end of this is essentially they'd like to get another rock in the house, and they want to decrease the chances of a double or triple being made.
Yeah.
And their one danger at this point is there is a rock behind the tee line, which means at any point in the end, yellow could draw down there and freeze it out and eliminate all the other stones essentially.
Yeah, and you can see that's they were just talking about how to set us up for success. So saw where Serena placed the broom there, going top 8, kind of tucking it around that yellow a little bit to minimize any impact that yellow can have, and they'll be sitting 4.
I don't mind this call. The one caveat is that I think regardless, yellow will be playing a double off of those outside 2 stones, which should probably kick it somewhere in the middle as well. And if it happens, it kind of shrinks the scoring area a little bit, and it also eliminates 2 stones right off the bat.
Yeah, you won't be able to eliminate all the double opportunities for Ackerman on her next shot, I should say. But if you can create some angles and leave it where even if a double's made, you're still sitting 2 in a really nice spot, that's a good advantage. That's exactly where she put the broom pretty much. So there you go, really well. Good feedback from the skipper there. Yep, really well. She's pretty happy with that shot.
The fact that stopped top 8 and not top 4 actually makes quite a bit of difference as well. It kind of chokes off that Yellowstone.
Yep.
Where had it been in deeper and they were successful making this double, it may kind of just group everything together and leave another double in the next one.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a really well thrown
Well
rock.
communicated too.
Mm-hmm. Very well done. Don't let the age of these 8 athletes fool you, folks. Just because we say they're U25, don't underestimate the talent here. There's lots of good talent on this ice right now.
These U25 wily veterans.
Right?
There's so many high-level events and international events now that these young teams have had more exposure than, you know, someone 5 years older than them, half a
Than
decade,
Josh
half a
Berry had
decade
when he
ago.
was 22 years
Well,
old.
definitely that. That wasn't even a comparison.
There you go for the double here. Really close. Oh, goes right in between everything. Tough break there for Ackerman. Yeah, really good try.
The good news is they're up 4.
Yep.
We're going to talk about that later.
There you go. So expect a conversation is going to be happening about that one later as you hear from the team.
That's an ooh girl. We got to chat, but not right now. Keep your head up.
I think you want to be backy.
It is the joy. We appreciate the teams allowing the mics to be on them while they're playing. I know that can kind of be sometimes distracting, and you're really trying to focus on your game, knowing that there's people listening. But appreciate that the teams are okay with it, and it kind of gives us a little insight to what they're trying to do. And sometimes we get some fun comments like that as well.
Running.
Do you like just playing this?
Right here.
Oh, the top one?
Brianna's rock. Whoa, 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 whoa. We're still running here. Okay. Right here. Right here. Really good judge, guys. Really nice. 4.
There you go. Yeah, sitting.
Air high.
Nice shot. Sitting the 4 now.
Air high.
What do you do if you're Ackerman here? You definitely are going to get out of this end here a little bit. Cut down some damage potentially here.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
distract the other team and kick a rock in there, I
I like
think.
that. 3/4?
They don't have a lot of options. That yellow, that angle that I mentioned a couple of shots ago at the top 8 kind of prevents them from raising that yellow stone. But I do think there's a nice angle on that red one to shoot it into
Coming up as much with a hit.
the other red
That's
top
right.
4. If you're lucky and throw it hard enough, you might even get a few of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like that.
Not an easy shot though either.
No.
That yellow rock is very, very close to ruining your dreams.
Yeah.
Like 3/4?
Great pair. Really nice.
Straight up.
Feel like we're going to be seeing some red rocks moving around here.
For
Skylar settles in the hack here for her first skip stones here in number 4.
Well, I think that one is
This is one of those times when the skip just like waves their hand above their head just to get you to throw it hard. No, she'll probably throw, but he'll wait.
Here we go. Got some weight coming from the skipper.
Close.
Looked like a pretty clean release.
Yep.
Might have to curl a little bit.
There we go. They're trying to get it over right now to curl.
Okay.
Gets the stuff though, unfortunately.
Unfortunate result, but it wasn't actually that far off making a really great shot. Maybe an inch or 2.
This is setting up nice. Now Ackerman's got, or excuse me, Gray Withers with hammer has the 2-to-1 rock advantage here with about to throw her first. Good opportunity.
That's like a
Potentially
7.
could be looking at getting all 4 of those back in this end now. 4 is definitely in play. Could be in for a tie game at the midway point here. Who knows? Right back in it.
I couldn't tell where she tapped her broom. Or is she trying to essentially replace it where it was?
I think so.
Sorry?
I don't know what they're doing, but
Let's still open it up. Probably just going like
Ackerman also asking, wondering what they're doing. We'll hear if we can get a little bit more intel.
Their priorities are straight, telling their team what they're doing. Expect them to be pretty close here. The Brushers will have a good idea of the speed of this path. They played it last shot, and it's also on the potentially faster side of the sheet.
Yeah, not laying a lick to it now. They need it to finish and come in there. A little bit deeper than they would have liked.
That surprise you?
I feel like the freeze is just as easy as that, probably.
Ah, the freeze, I like it.
The only thing that would be better is just actually hitting it, but then they could just pick it out. Like the hack, I think they would just pick it or whatever.
If you play this double, you're giving 3.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Hi, Cheryl.
I like
Ah, welcome to the chat, Cheryl. Thanks for joining us.
Hope you're enjoying the game. It
Yeah.
might get a whole lot more exciting here in a second.
Yeah, I think so.
Pretty well curl game so far, though, overall.
What do you think of this call here? She's going for the freeze. Cut the damage down potentially.
I like it. This is very much a line-based shot.
Mm-hmm.
You could throw a tap weight here
Yeah, and if
as
I
well,
bump in it, that's
but
fine.
the goal is essentially just to get to as close to the nose as possible, or maybe even an inch high is okay. High meaning to the brim side of the rock, of the center of the rock.
T-line.
And making this shot, she's essentially saying, you girls can have one. I'm not giving you any more than one. And that would be best case scenario here.
Yeah.
I think you can go a bit.
You-
Back 4.
Even giving up 2, I think they wouldn't be too upset about, given how this looks.
Back 2 and line. Yep.
So they're calling T-line right now.
They're on and off. It's
Line only.
probably close.
Back 4.
There we go.
That's
Yep.
perfect.
That's a beautiful shot.
Perfect.
And is right in there for a second shot right now too.
Or is it perfect? I guess it did leave a little
It
bit
does
of
leave it-
space.
yeah.
She did bump it a bit more than she wanted.
Curl another.
Yeah. There's about a half a rock space, well, almost a full rock space between the red counter at the back of the button right now and the Grey Withers rock that or the Ackerman rock she just threw. So big opportunity here. Grey Withers could just knock this out of there and potentially score 4 if she can hold the shooter, maybe 5. There you go, beautiful. Camera team on top of it. Nicely done.
Keep pulling.
Thank you, team.
I know.
Oh, I got it.
The goal here basically will be to hit about a third of the rock.
Tries to play
Probably
with him.
not too worried about keeping
Ideal.
the shooter, just making sure that yellow goes out.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a really.
Oh,
Oh.
little.
Everyone
Speed
went an
wobble.
ooh. We heard an ooh up here. Heard an ooh from our skipper down there. But should be
Did
no worries
she-
there.
Oh, she
Get it out of
salvaged
there.
For
Looks like it's gonna be for 3. Yep. Still a beautiful shot though. Nicely done by Grey Withers there. She's gonna put her 3 back on the board, right back in this game after going down 0-4. Scoring 3 here in end number 4. Grey Withers right back in this at the halfway point. Ackerman with the 4-3 lead now as we head to end number 5. And before we give it a little break here, we'll just give a special shout out to ACR Media. Always a good sponsor at the curling Autumn Gold Curling Classic here. And of course, they are our sponsor on sheet number 5, which is our streaming sheet. So we'll be back with end number 5 action coming up. right, we are back here at the Calgary Curling Club. And before we hit up, as you see our teams getting ready to start end number 5, let's do a quick scoreboard check with our camera team and give all of our followers and watchers a little update. So there you see on sheet number 1, B-side action game, Team Cameron getting 1 in end number 4 to take the 3-2 lead heading into end 5 against Vaughan. Over on sheet number 3, Japan's Team Nakamura. They score another 2 and 4 to take the 5-2 lead over, 5-2 over Germany's Team Abyss. They're playing in the 5th end right now. There we go. We'll shift over on sheet number 4. We've got a tie game. Gim scores 2 in the 4th end. This is an A-side game, so Hunkin and Gim will now be tied. They're going and playing the 5th. As you can see, they've started their 5th end already. Sheet 5, of course, is our feature game that we will return to in a second. And then we'll slide on over down to sheets number 7 and 8. Again, this is an A-side game. Team Brown from BC with the big 3 there in the 3rd end. Peterson only answered with 1 and 4, so it's a 5-1 lead for Team Brown over USA's Team Tabitha Peterson. And over on the far sheet in sheet number 8, Korea's Team Ha picking up 2 and 4 for the 3-1 lead over Team Muse, and that is a B-side game. And there you go. You are now up to date on all the action going on all the sheets of play.
Line's good. Okay, top 8.
All right, so we got a little momentum swing in that 4th end there with Grey Withers picking up 3.
Hard line.
Ackerman now has hammer, hasn't had hammer in a few ends, so we'll see how she responds after giving up the big 3.
Yeah.
Looks like that may have it sounds like they're saying it might have hit a spot on the ice. Either soft spot or knee print, which caused it to slow down and curl a little bit more. Not ideal, but there's still lots of room.
You think it was that slow?
To open it up.
Yeah, good call. And Chris, of course, cheering on Team Gim, our last year's champions here, the Autumn Gold. Playing well. And should mention Team Gim will be preparing for the upcoming Pan-Continental Curling Championships. They are the representative as the defending right now Korean champions. So we will see them in a few weeks' time in Kelowna taking on best teams from the Pan-Continental region, which will include Team Fujisawa, who is here competing for Japan, Team Tabitha Peterson, also here competing for USA, and of course Canada will be represented by our Canadian champions, Team Anderson.
Hard, you're moving it, go, 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 go.
Hard to argue that choice for Team Canada that was made.
Yeah, pretty good call on that one, hey? That Pan-Continental Curling Championship, as we said earlier, last year was the first year of that, so kind of is a world qualifier, similar to what we see in Europe with the European Curling Championships. You want to finish top 5 at that event as a nation, and that'll qualify your nation to compete at the World Championships. And then, assuming Team Anderson, as an example, does so for Team Canada, then, of course, we will send our Scotties champion as our Team Canada at the World Championships.
Is it safe to say that Carrie and Brad are both skips who sweep now?
I mean, they're going to have to be. Both got some mixed doubles experience in them as well, so we're seeing a lot more of that. Shout out to those teams also competing at the mixed doubles event in Sherwood Park, just northern Alberta, north of us right now. I know we had some fans in the chat last night who had been checking out that action too while listening to us, so love that some curling fans are performing some double duty, joining us on the live stream and watching live curling at the same time. That's pretty cool. Oh, nice shot here. Look at this. Gonna get a nice roll. Yep, nicely done.
Also, shout out to the families and the coaches who are live streaming their games. Not just they're also doing double duty, watching, coaching, and filming it for the fans and sponsors on their end.
Yeah, good call. Yeah, like we said, for the Canadian teams, remember this is our Thanksgiving weekend, so
Taylor, take your time,
teams competing maybe aren't getting the opportunity to spend a Thanksgiving weekend with their families and their loved ones, but they are here with their teams and hopefully some fans also in the stands and some loved ones here cheering them on. So the Thanksgiving tradition here in Calgary at the Autumn Gold.
Hard! Hard, 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 hard!
There we go with the double peel right there. Get rid of some front garbage that Ackerman was not enjoying seeing up there. Now we'll see Gray Withers go on the defense here. She hasn't been able to play as defensive for the last couple of lens, being down early, but back she goes now.
Good! Hair tight! Tight!
And we can say we have our first final already. BC's Team Brown has defeated USA's Team Peterson. Not sure what the final score was on that yet, but Curling Zone will definitely have that final score up for you. But we have seen they've shaken hands and moved rocks down. So Team Brown will advance, I believe, now to the A qualifier later today. And Team Peterson, who had won this championship 2 years ago, they will be dropping down to the B side.
Yeah!
A little over curl on that guard. Game's getting a little closer, but they were looking to get that tighter to the rings
Good back line.
to narrow the scoring area. It does over curl, which really changes it quite a bit for Team Ackerman because it allows them to stay on the offense.
Room
and
right
get
now!
another one
Room!
in
Room! Whoa! Whoa! No! Whoa!
I'm guessing it's a no on that one.
Feeling hard.
Big no.
Hard piece, Kaylin.
Skylar was
Just sweep it by,
not
just sweep
liking
it by,
that.
just sweep it by, just
And
sweep
it's
it
going to
by.
go right by, as she said.
No, that's okay.
Bit of a mistake there for Team Ackerman.
I think tolerance is.
It's feeling now the momentum is definitely shifting a little bit here. We saw it, like we said, with the fourth end, but even in this end now, Gray Withers is feeling a little bit more comfortable, seem to have a little bit more swagger in the steps than Team Ackerman does, and Ackerman's feeling a little bit more of the pressure, so could be shifting here in the second half of this game.
Have you spoken to any of the players about the ice conditions yet this weekend?
Not too much, actually. I haven't had an opportunity. I've heard overall still pretty good. It has been, I think, like we've seen on this sheet, some swingy spots going one way, and then the other way we see some straighter spots. So still working all that out. I think it's going to be hard, too, for the ice makers. We should, as we said earlier, worth noting, it is very warm in Calgary this weekend for Thanksgiving, which, as residents of Calgary, we completely enjoy and love. The color change is nice with bright sun and a 23, 24 degrees Celsius temperature outside, but doesn't necessarily always make it best for our poor ice makers and trying to put together some great ice for our team. So we've got to balance that out.
I guess you could say the one trade-off is that it's nice and dry out in Calgary. It doesn't generally, it's not generally
It's true.
conducive to
still be here.
layers of frost like maybe other places in the country.
Yes, that's true.
Okay, 10. I just don't want to lose our shooter. Just come down here.
There we go. See, love that call right there from Skylar, just saying, you know what, rather than, again, like we said earlier, and we saw it with Team Gray Withers,
Or we need to.
rather than yelling back and forth on the ice,
I just don't want to lose our shooter is
come
all.
down here and let's chat.
I just don't want to lose our shooter is all, and I think with 9 we might.
Let's take a listen on their chat here.
I don't mind that. At least, yeah. Do you think we'll roll out with 9 though? I think we might. Okay. As much as we can without hitting the garden, yeah. Yeah, I like it. 9? How's this look?
Nice chat there from Team Ackerman. Figuring out they kind of knew what shot they wanted to play, but really wanting to discuss the right weight, where they wanted to hit, all those important factors as well. So smart call there. Come down there. Let's have a team chat. We're all on the same page now. Good call.
Is it correct to say that they're #1 goal here is to hit nose.
I think that's kind of what they were saying. Just kind of shimmy by that guard as best they can, right? I think that was one of the last comments that Skylar made there was let's just get by right by that guard and hit there.
Hard!
Right on the hard from out of her hand.
Straight! Hard!
One and keep it straight.
Hard!
Just like she said.
Oh, baby.
Skipper said that's what I want. I wanted to just paper that guard there. Let's hit it.
Just straight adjust.
Might be taking some deep breaths or breathe in when you're sweeping that one right by. That was looking really close. Way to hold the line from the front end there. Now Great Weathers, I would imagine, is pretty happy just to guard again.
Yeah, with that yellow one locked on there, it kind of increases the odds of the other team scoring 2. So no need to be too tight here. They can keep it relatively high. Well, they do need to guard it, though.
Yeah, it needed to finish here and tuck it in.
5-8.
Couldn't curl it over enough, though, eh?
Here's another momentum change.
Mm-hmm.
Red was sitting 2 a couple shots ago. It's looking really good now for Ackerman to play a little bit of a tap, maybe hack weight here and flop in.
Mm-hmm.
They want to make sure it seems like a relatively straightforward shot, but they do want to make sure that they're not leaving an easy double or something. So the skip here will be pretty wary of where this roll goes, whether they try to keep it on the nose or roll inside.
Go! Taylor! Taylor, you gotta go. Hard! Hard!
Gotta get by that right in between that hole there. There you go.
It's fine.
Yeah, rolled maybe a little bit farther than they would have liked, but accomplished the goal. Red's gone, sitting 2. And you've got hammer.
With like bum?
Can't be too upset with that overall.
I think she's pretty happy there. There is an opportunity to roll over, and I don't know that she could necessarily fully make the double and get rid of the second stone, but you have to avoid that red too, or else you might be looking at 3.
Try and roll under?
Oh, shout out to Blake and Al watching from Victoria, Texas. Awesome.
Throwing bump?
Thanks for joining us. Love getting our friends south of the border to join us, so much appreciated.
The big support from Texas.
Right? And I love the fact that
Everything in
you're
Texas.
living in Texas, giving up a huge college football game of Texas and Oklahoma today, and you're joining us for some curling. So I love to hear this.
Cheryl probably is happy right now. Looks like she's a fan of Team Brown, who came off a pretty successful win against Tabitha Peterson from the USA. They're looking strong going into the final tonight.
Mm-hmm.
10-7.
That actually ended up not being horrible.
This is a great.
That's what you want to hear.
Yeah, this is what we love about having our players mic'd up. Perfect summary of a shot there. That ended up not being so horrible. So
I'd like to think if most of your shots aren't horrible, you'll do okay. You know?
I feel like that's a good way to build success towards wins. Just make that your goal. And my goal is today not to make my shots so horrible.
I don't know if that's what you call positive affirmation, but it's not negative. It's not horrible.
No, that's right.
Oh, they have more of it than I thought. Okay. Yeah, I like 10. Yeah. I think I like that with 10. I'll see what it looks like.
See, having a party over there, enjoying
Yeah.
our front end.
The front end always has the most fun on the team, right?
No, I would think so. What position did you used to always play, Josh?
I don't know.
I rotated.
Yeah.
There you
I
go.
skipped all through juniors. I guess
Yeah.
most of my career, I guess you'd could say I was a skip. Into men's, my first year in men's, I moved into lead, played lead at the Briar, which was a really good learning experience. Kind of teaches you all angles of the sheet of ice and what goes into making every shot. Got to play third at a couple Briars as well. I like them all. Yeah, you really have to own every position.
It's true.
There's,
It's true.
There's a conception, at least early on when you're younger, that the skip's the best player, but they're all completely different positions, and if you don't take full accountability of your position, then your whole team misses out. How about you?
Barely.
Not a player.
No.
So
When's the last time you were
don't.
on the ice?
Practiced 2 weeks ago on this exact arena space here at the Calgary Curling Club on sheet number 8. So I was just on here, and I just joined my first league in 30 years. I'll be starting next Saturday. Just a fun rec league, though, to get back on the ice, but going to give it a good shot. A fellow volunteer that's here, Christine, one of my colleagues that I work with, is a regular curler, curls in a bunch of leagues in the year, city champion, by the way, so shout out to Christine, who is also doing your Curling Zone line scores updates. So if they are doing a great job and those line scores are being updated on Curling Zone, Christine is who you want to thank for that. She's brought me on the ice to get me some few practices under my skin, so I'm ready to hit the ice next weekend. Back in league play for the first time, so we'll see how that goes. Probably going to be a lead, though. Come on, let's be real.
So you're saying they wouldn't put the cameras out for you?
No, gosh, I hope not. Please, Lisa, take the cameras away for any weekend that I'm on this ice. No one wants to watch that. It could be scary. Although I will say, just as we wait for this shot here from Grey Weathers with her last skip stones, my last practice with Christine went out there and we purposely set up a split attempt for me, and I made it perfect, by the way. Split front end rocks, both went into the side of the 8-foot.
It was a great shot for the radio.
It was amazing for absolutely nobody to be there, but Christine and I celebrated with a nice big high five. It's the first time I ever attempted a split, made it perfectly, so. I'm never going to accomplish or try to make that shot again because now I'm 100% on it. Practices count. I will never do a split. I'm retiring from split shots at 100%. So here we go, Grey Weathers throwing her last skip stone here. No one's laid a brush to this one since the beginning, so it's just, this is carrying. Ackerman's going to want to sweep this as far back or out of the house if she possibly can to get it out to score her 2. Did it stop in time?
I think the hitting her off our own is probably easier than
Might have to wait for an audible on this one.
hitting off our own. I think so. Or I call her with the draw.
Yeah.
I think I like
I'm
that.
guessing it did, given
Yeah,
the call here that she said, and we just heard Team Ackerman talking about doing the draw for 1.
What do you think's easier?
Did?
I think they're both makeable. I just think this one, we have to give enough.
I actually like this discussion here. They're talking about which shot is easiest. A lot of the times it's easy to overcomplicate things, and at the end of the day, there's probably not one right shot ever.
Yes, I understand.
Or in a lot of
I think we need less than
circumstances. If you can increase your odds by making a shot
They
by
took mid.
50%,
They
you'll
took
be
there,
better
yeah.
off a lot more of the time.
Definitely. And it's on feel, right? Whatever the skipper's feeling, she's got to go down there and throw the last rock. So you want it to be what her confidence is. It's a great shot of her getting ready. In that background, you may see some of our curling fans here enjoying some great food. There's a great restaurant at the Calgary Curling Club. Amazing food, great sandwiches, flatbreads, great staff. Everyone there is amazing. So we want to thank them for all their hard work, keeping all the players, all the volunteers, all the fans well fed with some outstanding food.
And can I say affordable?
Yes.
Maybe the most affordable place
We do love
in
that.
all of Calgary post-pandemic.
Yeah,
So
really good.
if you
Bang for your
are
buck.
sitting at home on the couch, enjoying our voices, well, we're here in person too, and food and drinks are cheap,
Yeah, come say hi.
as a curling club should be, right?
Yes, that's right. All right, here goes Team Ackerman throwing the last rock here at end number 5.
Line's okay.
There you go. Line's okay. We love to hear that. Just got to get it right by that top. There we go. enough weight. Where is it going to push it, though? Unfortunately, not enough. Was that a steal of 1?
She's walking fairly quickly to the scoreboard.
There we go. It's up. It is a steal of 2 for Grey Withers. So, boom. Just like that, after being down 4-0 after 3, Grey Withers takes 2 with hammer and 4. Steel Bands at 2 and 5. And now our University of Alberta Pandas team has got the 5-4 lead after 5. We will be back with end number 6 action. Team Ackerman will retain hammer from Saskatchewan. All right, welcome back to Calgary Curling Club. Bring on end number 6 action between Grey Withers from Alberta and Ackerman from Saskatchewan. Huge momentum swing we have just seen coming out of end number 5 with Grey Withers getting the steal of 2 to now take the lead after being down 4-0 early. This is going to be buckle up, my friends, because we are in for an interesting last 3 ends here as momentum has shifted. Let's see if Ackerman can get some momentum back here in end number 6 with hammer, or if Grey Withers can continue to put the vice on them and pull away here for a big comeback win. And we will say let's give a little shout out to most of the teams are staying at the Westin in downtown Calgary. It's very close to the Calgary Curling Club. We saw it, a few of the teams deciding to even walk over in the morning for their draw. We saw it with Team Holland on their social media accounts. They took the nice, beautiful walk from the Westin to the Calgary Curling Club this morning before their game. So when it's beautiful outside, always appreciate having a good host hotel in the Westin. So props to them, and thank you for your support of the sport of curling.
You just like freezing?
Okay, yes, I agree. Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. Well, do you like the tap or the freeze? T-line.
Yeah.
Where am I, miss? Yeah, just a little bump.
Nice chat there from the Ackerman team. Definitely democracy rules type of team here, where they all chatting it up on making the right call that they're all feeling comfortable with. sometimes you see it where the skip just makes the decision and says, this is what we're playing, and everybody kind of fall into line. But this team likes the communication, likes to have everybody having an equal say in it, it appears. So
Bit of room right now. Stay close.
Team Serena
Line's not bad.
Grey Withers is
Okay,
probably
hard
feeling
curl
pretty
then,
good
hard
after
curl,
that
hard
last
curl.
end. That
Mhm.
said, they
Hard
are
over,
only
right
up
over, right
one
over, right over.
without
Keep it going,
Hammer,
keep it
so
going, keep it going, keep it going.
in a lot of ways it's kind of a tie situation as Team
Okay.
Ackerman does have 2 hammers to 1. So expect a pretty exciting last few ends here.
yeah, they do have the advantage, like you said, the advantage of having the even end hammers, which as we know is statistically wise probably the advantage for them in a close, tight game like this.
That path is nice. That path is nice.
But on the flip side of it, we also are seeing such
I thought that was
momentum
gonna
shifts in
be
this game of
team.
compared to the first half to the last 2 ends. So it's going to be whichever team can kind of grab momentum here in 6 might be the difference maker going for those last couple ends.
Really solid delivery.
Mm-hmm. Kind of what you'd expect coming out of a established program like the University of Alberta, I would think.
Yep, yep, yep. Hard. Gotta go. Gotta go. Hard.
Look at that.
Hard. Hard on this yellow zone. Go, 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 go.
Ends up almost actually over curling there, hey, at the end.
Yeah, still pretty good though because it puts another off
We're
in the
live.
forefoot. Actually bumps the yellow back toward the tee line a little bit as well. Kind of creates a bit of a pocket. So not what she was looking for necessarily, but it will kind of decrease the well, it'll make it tougher in the later portion of the end to navigate that forefoot area.
Which way do you like to do the hit and roll here? Do you like hit and rolling
like
towards
10?
the center line, or like we just saw Ackerman put her broom for the second time? There we go. The hit and roll behind your own corner guard.
Yep, she threw that corner guard for a reason, and even if the double's not made, if you can ever position your rock behind that corner guard, that deuce is definitely in play.
Now, we saw it earlier when Grey Withers had hammer in the first half of the game. She had a corner guard up that she just wasn't able to utilize. So
Hard.
this is Ackerman's time to have a corner guard placed there for a specific reason, and let's see if she can bring that corner guard into play and use it. Gets the jam, but then loses the shooter, unfortunately.
Not all was lost. The forefoot's a little bit more opened up, but she definitely would have liked to have stuck that. It's a shame when you see some teams throw corner guards up and then they're never used.
It's kind of been the theme of this game, actually. The majority of the play has all been right down the center here and focused right on the forefoot almost every end. Our corner guards have not really been utilized in the sense, so either our corner guard hammer teams haven't been able to do it, or we've just seen good defense from the opposing team on this. So we'll see if we can maybe get some corner guard action here in end number 6. I know if you're an Ackerman fan, that's probably what you're hoping for.
Yeah, just
Up at the end there.
It's unfortunate to see not
That
just
guard's really
the
high.
corner guard being thrown and not used, but you can almost see it as a bit of a wasted stone in a sense too, if it's just sitting there the whole end and left untouched. That's why the tick shot became pretty popular a few years back too.
I
Is
still
not
like
only
half,
are you
though.
getting that center guard up, but you're at least if nothing happens with that corner guard, you're still benefiting from removing the stone off the center line as well.
Of course, as you bring up the T word, the tick shot, no longer going to be. We have the no tick shot rule now coming into effect as Curling Canada has made that call to balance it out with what we see on the World Curling Federation events. So changes are coming,
really hard. Right
We
there.
are learning all sorts of things today.
right? All important stuff as we keep watching their sport. What do you think of the no tick shot rule? Are you a big fan of it as someone who's competed at national championship events? Are you in favor of the no tick shot?
I don't know if it's
That
a
really
black and
came
white
down.
problem
That would-
and
that's
solution
the
for
time.
me. I think that
Yeah.
before the tick shot became a staple, I thought that it was a
12,
shot that
1, yeah.
required a pretty
Yep.
high level of difficulty, and
So that's
one
good.
that
It's just
was
in the middle. A little,
certainly
Yeah.
at a higher level of difficulty than
little funky.
any shot that a lead had played before. So as a lead, I remember, you know, it was a big deal in the beginning playing tick shots and making them, and I loved the challenge of playing them. I guess the issue is teams are at such a high level now that they make them so much, especially on these ice conditions, arena ice conditions. When you're talking about the bigger slam events and international events, the tick shots actually become fairly easy because when you throw over a backline weight shot, the rock generally stays pretty straight and the brushers can manage it. So it probably became a shot that you'd make 60% of the time. And I imagine teams now probably are making it 85, 90% of the time. And the concern is not that it's an unfair shot to play. I think it becomes, the concern is that it becomes less exciting to watch a lot of the time too.
Yeah, then they just double.
So
It's also, like you said, a props to the adaption of the sport with our athletes across the world really all getting just that much better at it. The sport has evolved and our athletes are stepping it up, but also the ice conditions are adapting and getting better. The rocks now and the way that they're being used and utilized in the striking bands. There's just so much at play that wasn't there years ago that now is, that as our field of play increases, as our athletes' ability and skill set increases, the sport itself has to adapt with it as well. So that's what we're seeing and continue to see this. I'm sure this won't be the last adaptation we'll see within this Olympic cycle.
I like that.
We always have, the sport continues to grow in different ways. So some for the good, sometimes maybe some people don't like it, but
I think with the introduction of the 5 rock rule, that kind of
definitely
put a dampen on the effect of the tick shot a little bit. If it were ever to move to a 6 rock rule, I think it would be even more. Maybe eventually those shots would be allowed, but the understanding generally is that the tick shot kind of, when a team is so far behind already, it doesn't really allow them much chance to come back. And yeah, I mean, to grow the sport in general, we have to have viewers, and if you know every end is just opened up the whole time, and there's none of the interesting freezes or run backs or taps make the game, you know, frankly more exciting. Then you might lose viewership as well, and we do need to see the sport grow for it to prosper.
Well, it's definitely helping us see, like you said, with the 5 rock rule, you're seeing a lot more big ends in play. We're seeing teams score 3 like Grey Withers did in this game. Seeing some teams put 4s on the boards. Definitely getting some higher scoring games, tighter games, more excitement maybe as well, which I think as a general curling fan, that's what you want to see. It's why people love other professional sports sometimes, is because they want to see some scores and some offense and some back and forth and some tight defense to every little angle and aspect in play. So it has helped. Hopefully people enjoy it, but let us know if you're hanging out in the chat right now and watching the game. If you have thoughts on this, we always welcome. Even if you different opinion from either Josh and or myself, always drop in the chat.
Yeah, I agree. At least we have a yeah. Who's that just?
So here we have Grey Withers trying to put more pressure here on Ackerman without Hammer, but now having the 1-point lead, their first lead of the game. There we go, wanting to avoid the jam in the back, which she has successfully done.
My bad. 10-4.
Hit on the nose, though. They were hoping for a little bit of the roll.
Sorry, that was my bad.
Serena calling herself on. Apologizing for the line call, but still not a bad shot, though.
Remember, yellow does have Hammer, so red sitting 2, but yellow still has quite a good chance of scoring 2 here. They just have to get a little bit of a flip under that corner guard and get red chasing after them.
Yeah, and that definitely would be what the Ackerman team would have talked about after giving up that steal of 2 in the 5th, saying We do have the hammer in the even end. Let's score 2 here. Get the force in 7, and then
Just clean.
you're on your way potentially to the win in 8 with hammer.
Clean. Yep. Whoa, 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 whoa. Curl, curl, curl.
Get the curl in. Just feathers that back one and does unfortunately not get the roll that they were also hoping for. Both teams fighting for that roll behind all of the 3 rocks out in front, the messy front yard.
She didn't make the roll, but there is a potential concern with that back one being there.
Mm-hmm.
The deuce
So I
is
had you
definitely
here,
still in
So
play
we were just like there, this close.
for
with them?
Ackerman.
Yep.
I think that should be good. Okay. Okay.
I like this ice. Let's make it.
You know, nice positive affirmation there as the skipper heads down. Let's make it. What was what you want to hear from your third who's about to hold the broom for you as a skipper?
Throwing back.
Can't underestimate the power of positivity. Sometimes it's hard to give it to yourself, so that's why you see, you almost see it, in excess sometimes. But I think that kind of grants itself to the whole saying "fake it till you make it."
Mm-hmm.
If you can't do it for yourself,
Clean,
teammate
clean,
support
yep.
often goes
Whoa,
a long way to
whoa.
help.
Definitely.
Yep. Whoa. 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 Curly.
Yeah, needing it to curl here.
Hard, 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 hard.
There you
Yep,
go.
yep, 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 yep.
Pretty good.
Yep. Nicely done. It's a pretty nice roll there too.
Really good.
Yeah,
good.
really good. There you go again.
Around?
Srinos gives us some great little comments after shots. Really good. So happy team there from our Alberta, University of Alberta Pandas. And see, Vernon Grey is really nice. So Team Grey Withers. The chat box is in favor of you right now. They like their shot too.
At least if we can. Yeah, the weight was pretty good on that last play. Yeah.
So now if you're Ackerman, you're gonna wrap around everything to sit shot. That's the call here, Josh?
Yeah, the best situation here, I think, is just to tuck a piece.
Go for it.
Try to keep it above the tee line if you can, just so that red can't freeze to you and be shot for the steal. Yeah, you're just kind of trying to increase your odds here on a jammed rock on the back one.
Ackerman will be playing here to try to get the skipper's deuce now with her first.
Don't
Having the
be
2-to-1
that
rock
Bobby!
advantage here.
Great chance just to get to know the ice read as well for her next one, which will likely be a draw as well unless her reads are really open.
Yeah, good call.
Back four.
Back 4 and T's gonna bring it back there.
Galen.
There we go. Yeah,
Gorgeous.
yeah, that's what they called.
Here.
They're gonna be happy with that, I would think.
Perfect. Okay.
Perfect. See, there you go. Team
I think we
Ackerman.
could go like there. with
Front end telling the skipper. Perfect. Thank you very much.
Peel. Yeah, I think a quarter to a half. I wouldn't want to be much thicker than a half.
I agree.
I think a quarter is perfect.
There you go. Perfect camera angle there.
Take it.
From Team Parent up here giving us the camera angles that we love to see.
Peel. A rock.
Great Weather's just quite happy. Just peel that out of there. Get it out of the way. Remove it. No worries. No worries about where the shooter goes really here. Just get that yellow one out of play and force Ackerman into doing the exact same shot to just score her one. So the force is on pretty strong.
Clean.
From clean to hard on that call. Right out of her hand. See you later there. Oh, gets her to the back one too. Now,
Sorry, I could have been a little.
do you go
left-handed in
for the blank here in 6? Just
Taking
peel.
one or peeling?
There you go. There's the conversation.
It's a good question.
They both, front end and back end, both laughing about it, trying to figure out which do we do here.
Almost seemed like they didn't know this was an option a shot ago.
I think they were not expecting. They were already in their head that they were doing the draw, and we're not expecting that jam at the back there. I like that they took the second, though, to ask each other, just make sure. Okay, still going with our game plan of scoring in 6.
Yeah, we just threw it. That's no gimme. If it was
So at the end of this rock, we will do a quick scoreboard check across the sheets, let you know how things are looking. We have a few finals already done up, so we'll go across the sheets of ice, give you some score updates, tell you who's advancing to where right after this final rock by skipper Ackerman.
I'd love to know how the curling community is down in Texas.
More, but I think just keep
Are
it
Blake and Al curlers as well?
feels like it's growing.
Sounds like that'd be a fun place to go for a spiel.
We're both T. We're both T.
You're talking about warm weather near a curling rink. I think that's probably the epicenter.
T.
There you go, T call right there. Hand goes up. Everyone's happy there on Team Ackerman.
Good weight.
Yeah, great weight. Nice practice draw there. That could come in handy in these last 2 ends. So Ackerman will pick up her single here in 6. We will have a tie game, 5-5, with 2 ends to play now. Gray Withers will shift and have the hammer back in end number 7. There we go. Team Parent is on top of it, our scoreboard watch. So, of course, here are some finals we have. Team Cameron picking up the big 2 in 7. We got handshakes there with a 9-3 victory over Vaughn. Cameron will stick around in the B-side. Vaughn will drop down to the C-side grind. Over on sheet number 3, Japan's Team Nakamura, who was our feature game last night. They pick up another victory in 6, it looks like. So it is 6-2 over Team Abbeys from Germany. They will drop down to the C as well. Our A-side game still going strong, but there you see Team Gim has now increased their lead over Team Hunkin 6-3, playing 7. Hunkin will have hammer there in an A-side semifinal game. Winner goes to the A qualifier. Sheet 5, of course, the sheet that we are on. It is tied up at 5s. Ackerman will move that 6 over for her single soon. Draw on sheet number 7, as we said. Team Brown sticking around in the A side. They will take on the winner of the Gim Hunkin matchup, while Team Peterson from the USA will drop down to the B side. And our other B side game, the other Korean team on the ice, Team Ha, last year's Korean champions. They have the 4-2 lead, playing 7 over Morgan Muse. Muse does have hammer though in 7.
Team Gim looking to secure a nice comeback. I know Chris in the chat's over there watching. They're also looking very nicely set up in the 7th end.
Yes.
For a force as well. So, Chris, looking good for you.
Mm-hmm. There we go, and we're right back on. Look at that. Great camera work as always. Shift from scoreboard right to action. Here we are at number 7, tie game. Did not, I don't think many people may have put bets on us being tied at 7 after the quick 4-0 lead for Ackerman, but buckle up. Gonna be in for some 2 tight ends, I would imagine, here to end this game.
Before I thought she was just getting them going a bit. It just seems like at the hog line she's already.
Gray Withers' plan here would obviously be either to score 2 or more or take the blank to retain hammer coming home. Ackerman's going to be the opposite side of it. You know, she's going to want the force as best she can. We'll see which game plan wins out in the long run.
One thing's for sure, Ackerman won't want to give up a blank.
No. Although the way that they were stealing earlier in this game, in the 2nd and 3rd ends, maybe they're not so afraid of stealing for a win.
Yeah.
I've seen some steals in the center anyway in this game. 3 ends, 3 of the 6 ends have been stolen. So both teams probably still have some confidence that if they need to steal to win, they'll believe that they can do it.
It's all on the scoreboard, baby.
Yep.
Little more room on this one. Little more room here. Always Taylor. Where? Hard, Taylor. Right back, right back, right back.
Yeah, Ackerman's
Nice
going to want
and
to
deep
tuck this
end, Taylor.
around their own guard there at the front.
Hard, Taylor. Right
Not-
back, right back, right back.
Haven't really seen
back.
the finish on that side when you're going that far out on this game so
14-5.
far. When
Right
they
there,
have
guys.
been playing this way, once you get out there further, it just is not finishing as much as I think the teams are hoping for. It is wide open.
Yeah, it seems to be later curl, maybe
Mhm.
toward the wings, which is fine. But you have to be prepared to throw a little bit more weight and be patient with it.
Yeah. We saw this a bit on the sheet last night too in the game that we were commentating on. When you get kind of out there, it's just a kind of a little bit more of a guess on where we need to place the broom depending on the weight and what we need to throw for the draw. Greyweather's going to want to stick around here though.
She does stick around.
Nicely done.
That is a good start en route to a deuce this time.
Oh, there we go, Diane. No idea on Texas Criminal. Blake is Serena's
like it.
dad. Well then,
9.
of course, Blake, we are happy to have you join the broadcast. I'm sure you're on pins
got it,
and
bud.
needles watching your daughter playing in this game. And I'm guessing you must be pretty happy, though, considering the comeback that they've had in the second half. So,
Well then.
As we all know, Victoria, Texas is a big travel destination.
Hard.
Sure,
Mhm.
it's
Really
not for
hard.
curling.
Yes, 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 yes. Hard piece, hard piece, hard piece, hard piece. Hard, 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 hard.
Oh, if that ever go on them.
10-5.
Yeah, that'd be a tough miss. Tough miss for Ackerman there.
I like the throw.
Came off hard.
Now Greyweathers is thinking a little bit more. I don't think they were expecting to have this call. Just taking some time to think, looking at some angles, wanting to make sure she doesn't leave or anything.
Rather not.
Yeah, Serena is
Wait.
eyeing up that potential blank now, definitely.
I think she's eyeing
Oh.
potentially trying to score a 3 here.
No, you're right. Or she'll have, yeah,
She
she'll
has
have that in the
hammer.
back pocket anyway.
Yeah, she has hammer in a tie game, so she's definitely the 2 is definitely in play here.
I think I blinked for a sec. Forgot who was last drop.
Tight. Hard line.
This is tight. Halfway.
Yeah, they're gonna have to give this the good scrub here. Definitely gonna be light.
Ooh, that really changes
Okay.
things around.
6-8.
Now we got some staggered front guards too.
I think you'll probably see.
I still
I
like
think
it.
I like the draw now.
Yeah, the draw.
Okay.
Or do you still like this?
They may call one more hit just to try to
I
get
don't
an
hate it.
outside one closer to the center line, but you'll definitely see them come in the next couple rocks.
As you heard, they like both options there, the front end.
Yep. I think you just gotta throw it to the top 4, and we'll just keep it broom down.
She just came up very late.
Yeah, there you go. So they are gonna go with the draw, it looks like.
I don't. Yeah, I agree with you.
Is this, do you think this is max for me? Max? Yeah.
I like that. You got it, Taylor. Top 4, bud. Straight to it.
There you go.
There is a little bit of a stagger on the top guard to the second guard as well, so
Mhm.
you don't necessarily have to just squeak by the guard. Your goal here is to get buried regardless of
Yeah.
realistically.
Yeah, you got lots of space to come around, right? Those 2 in the front. So there you go. See it with the angle there
Go, guys. Half four. Half to curl.
and distance
go,
between the
Top
2
4,
guards.
4. Already there. Yeah. Go.
You gotta go.
Nice.
You gotta go. You gotta go. You gotta go. You gotta go.
Yeah, they're gonna want to get this to curl in more though, not be wide open.
I have to say that I think the thrower was right on that one. They could have afforded a little bit less ice. That yellow, essentially they were trying to bury around the Yellowstone, and it's a full rock on the other side of the center line, so
I
they
think that's
probably
what
could have
happened on
taken a
Taylor's
little less
hit,
ice.
just like- Yeah.
Yep. 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 Hard.
Yeah, want to hold the line here, get it by the front.
Ball.
Perfectly
Hold it.
done. Get the little roll flop
Yep,
behind.
Yep. Okay, that's good.
Yeah, just a little bit farther than they would like, but
9-5.
still a good shot. Nicely done.
They did a
Sitting
good
3.
job to get that out into the open, though, because
Mhm.
if it had been just half open, it would have essentially created another guard
Yep.
to come around. And now there is that rock that they can raise in if need be. Looks
But
like
if
they
we draw
might
here,
make
they're
a
just gonna
play
do
on it,
that.
but
Yeah, Ackerman's got to go
That'd be
full
close.
in here, and there's
Pardon? For sure, second. We close to shot.
that red one is actually left in a really good spot. It kind
We
of
gotta roll
chokes off
close
that
to
whole
center.
side for Ackerman.
Do
She's
you like board or 10? What do you see?
she is understanding that her two options are
let's
essentially
go
to
board.
draw in now and fight the 3 red that are in there or make a play on the red.
yeah.
That's good.
This is a fairly good call. She might even be able to squeak a little bit on the inside as well.
Yeah, I think that's what they're trying to do.
Another thing they could do is, rather than worrying about
Yep.
actually getting rid of the red, they could just try to get to nose
Hard,
and tap this
straight.
behind the T line, which
Really
will give them a
hard.
little bit more backing for their
Really
next
hard.
shots.
You have
Okay,
to get it
whoa,
by the front,
whoa.
though. Yeah, they're going to be on their own yellow, unfortunately.
Type 5, just type.
Opens up the front a bit, though, for them. But
Oh dang!
I almost want to say
Oh dang!
nice.
Smart call here.
yeah,
How can I
It
throw
is
this?
tempting to throw another one in there
I
and
think you
sit
can
4.
give me a good one
But
here
if we're
with this
playing
broom.
the scoreboard, they really don't need to score at all this end. In fact, a blanked end would probably give them about an 80% chance of winning anyways. Yep, she's doing the right thing.
and you don't want to run the risk, too. You can do, like you said, you can draw behind, but heaven forbid if that goes deep or even just a little bit behind the T line, you've given Ackerman an out to get in this and get the force. So this is a smart, experienced call from Grey Withers. An open house, an open end like this is, the rocks are set up nice for
I
them.
saw
So
it airtight, but it curled
That
way,
floated a
I-
lot.
all the
more than what
pressure
I
right now
thought.
is on Team Ackerman.
and it was, which I didn't expect. And you
I
were
thought it was like an okay throw, and then it.
Yeah, it's pretty thin.
peel or 9?
I think we have to. I like 8.
Okay.
Looks like
Just
she's
easy.
trying to throw it fairly
think it'll move
hard
here.
and maybe make some sort of a double or a double and roll or a triple even.
Yeah,
If we just roll, that's
You got it, buddy.
got to get rid of
really
some of
tough
them.
shot, really tough shot. This might be one of those times when you're trying too hard to make something that is like a little bit outside of the realm of possibility, but
Whoa,
desperate
whoa, whoa,
times, right?
Yeah,
Whoa! Oh!
yeah, they're in
No,
they're under
no,
damage
feeling
control
hard.
right now too.
Mm.
Got to
She
get
might
it.
have-
Nice. It's okay
She got
though.
one.
Got one at least, but bad luck on the exact jam. Almost looked like you could get the 2. Got them both out of there. Oh, advantage for Grey Withers right now, though. I'm gonna guess Victoria, Texas, is a town that's pretty happy right now with how this is shaping up.
Good.
That felt good. That felt max.
All yes, then got to be T line. Running. Running. Hard, girls. Hard. Deep as you can. Hard, you got a good one, Zoe. Go, 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 go.
There we
Hard.
go. Nice.
Okay, whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay.
Pretty much replace the
4-6.
rock
Mhm.
to the exact spot.
And forcing the hand, right? Again, like we said, it's Ackerman's the only way out of this. They're gonna have to get a double eventually here to try to cut some damage here down.
Yeah, pick your easiest double.
Yeah,
Back to basics.
yeah.
I think on this type of shot, a lot of teams could make the mistake of trying too hard for the triple
Mm-hmm.
to the point where you maybe
Do we think there's a chance?
miss altogether, and at that point it would be handshakes.
Yeah.
Another option is
This is my in.
you could play conservatively for the triple and just roll over, maybe in front of another rock, cutting it down.
And welcome, Rick. Rick joining us was previously watching the Stu Sal's event in Barrie with Mike Fournier's victory over John Schuster. So great to have you join us now from Ontario over to Calgary.
That was probably a fun game to be watching, Fournier over Schuster. That's like the battle of the team congenialities, I think.
Victor.
Nice 8. Let's make it good here.
So here we go. Ackerman settling the hack. First skip stones here in 7 of a tie game.
Close. Yes! Yes! Hard!
Yes is good. That usually
Very
means you're getting pretty
close.
close.
Oh, she might get that little
Oh, and just even that little roll.
close.
Yeah.
Did she block out that other red, or?
It does look like she's sitting second, though.
To the brush.
Hard to tell, but I'm guessing it's kind of looking that way.
No, I think so. Yeah, pretty sure.
Should have almost been nice. It would have been, imagine if that would have just drifted over and corner freezed.
T-line's really good.
Oh, they are sitting two.
I'm thinking
You
it
just
must be
heard.
two,
Yeah,
yeah.
you just heard Grey Weathers just tell the front end.
It doesn't really look like it from our angle, but
Right around that 14's really close. If there's no good double, do we ever just freeze?
And there you kind of heard Ackerman lining up what she's going to do with her last. If she doesn't have a nice double, does she just freeze and hope to cut down the damage here? We'll see where this this first shot, I should say, from Grey Weathers ends up in the house. I'll probably dictate what Ackerman's going to do here.
Hard!
something you may notice with a lot of the U of A players is their deliveries are very similar to one another.
You gotta go top 4!
It's not
Yeah, good catch.
something that you can replicate
Make sure.
easily
No handle.
with a random group of 4 people, but something it's certainly an advantage of playing
That's a little nicer than I expected.
long
there.
and in
Yeah,
many
I-
events with the same team out of the same
saw this way.
practice
That's
at
fine.
the same
Rough.
club with the same coaches, as you can kind of
Oh.
pull all the inconsistency, like tighten up the inconsistencies and kind of replicate a similar delivery.
It would definitely help with the skipper with calling line and weight and stuff when everyone's throwing kind of the same way. It makes it a little bit easier for that call.
Yeah, I noticed, especially
We didn't really look.
the second and the third on the team have fairly similar
Or 4.
deliveries, and,
Are they
and there are
2 or
a
3
couple
right
past
now?
U of A members that also have pretty similar
that
sides
matters.
as well.
Yeah.
Evan Asmussen comes to mind.
Just come down.
Delivery looks pretty similar.
Let's talk about it.
Oh, love this from Ackerman there. Goes down to the hack, kind of second guessing, wondering what to do on who's second and third shot. Let's bring the team down. Let's have a chat. So we'll crank up their mics a bit, and we'll take a listen on their team chat.
Yeah.
But I mean, the freeze I think is harder. I like the call. I like the call.
How do you only give up 2 if you can't do a double?
The only thing and hope flatter roll.
I think it's red. So I like the freeze.
Just freeze?
Yep.
Yep. Yep. I don't need enough pitch more. Yep. Yeah,
Really
I think
good chat
2 or
there.
3 makes a bigger difference than 3 or 4.
There you go.
Like there's just gotta try.
I think she put it bluntly.
Yep.
Okay, let's talk it on.
How
Game
do
is
you
like-
keep them from not scoring a
Yeah.
handful?
I like that.
Grey Weathers left her off the hook a little bit, though, with that one going to the back, right behind the tees. This shot wasn't going to be there before, with it going just that little bit.
Straight up.
Like we heard Skylar say there, all she's got to do is lock it on there, and you may cut the damage down pretty good here, or who knows, force a miss, and somehow out of look like
You got her.
nothing, you could pick the pocket and put a point on the board for your own self. This could be a game changer here. You need to make this shot.
Big ad, big ad, big ad. Easy. Close. Line's good. Line's really good.
That's it. Stay close.
Yeah, they're staying right with it here. Here we go to bring it in.
Must be pretty close.
Yeah, looking really good.
Wow, great shot.
Clutch shot there from the skipper. That was huge.
This should move, I think.
You needed that.
Like nothing crazy, but I
Did
think
it
we'll
get
get
to
gradual
shot?
movement.
Don't know if it got to shot.
Let's make it.
Can't tell
Yep.
for sure. It's probably not going to be
Sliver
around
more.
much longer though.
Certainly reduces the chance of them getting at least 4. Good chance they only get 2 here now.
Yeah, there's a good shot of it right there. Team Parent never letting us down with these camera angles to help us out, giving you the best angles possible to see where our rocks are sitting. So here we go, Grey Withers, the last shot here in 7, 5-5 tie, sitting with Hammer. We're going to be putting some points on the board here.
Clean. Yep. Yep.
Pretty straight
Whoa,
throw.
yep. Whoa,
Mhm.
whoa, whoa. Yep, yep, yep. Hard.
Oh,
There it
looking at
goes.
really thin.
Oh,
Oh no.
Oh,
One red.
one red only. Wow, what a
way.
change.
Didn't
That
see
was
that coming.
unfortunate.
Did not. There you go.
Maybe
That
like a
that was the
sliver
quote right there.
there.
That was unfortunate. Did not see that coming. So you saw makes the double, but then gets the jam on the end, sends it out. Grey Withers puts a single on the board. They take the 6-5 lead, but Ackerman will now have Hammer coming home playing 8. We'll be back as we wrap up this B-side game. All right, we are welcoming everybody back to the Calgary Curling Club for the Curlers Corner Autumn Gold Curling Classic. Here we are, end number 8. Grey Withers, 6-5 lead after only scoring 1, unfortunately for them, in end number 7. Saskatchewan's Ackerman will have Hammer looking for the 2 for the win. Grey Withers would be quite happy with the force here and go to the extra end.
Whoa,
going to be a very
Ruth.
intense game. Last end here.
Catherine's rock.
As we said earlier, this is a
You can be
B-side
in on
game,
this
so
line.
winner will stay in the B-side,
Okay,
loser
curl
will drop
then.
down to the C-side.
You're not covering anything. Okay, that's fine. Yep. Curl, 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 curl. Okay, you're good, you're good. Good, that's fine. Nice.
Pretty back and forth game here.
5?
Mm-hmm.
Do you just
Yep,
like this or do you
momentum
like
shift.
this?
There we go. See, still again, we're yet to see in this game really the
Yeah, me too.
corner guards come into play. If it's ever to come into play, this is the end that Ackerman's going to want to see that corner guard come in because she's going to need her 2 for the win. So here we go with the hit and roll.
There's probably 2 ways to look at this shot. You could, you already have the 1 corner guard, which is really all you need to score 2. But a lot of teams would throw a second one just to be more conservative and to have a second chance over there.
Oh, close.
Or do you ever just ignore the 2 in the house right now and just do the draw around the corner guard yourself, not worry about the hit and roll?
Yeah, you could.
Oh,
Yep. Hard, right over, right over. Go,
this is
go,
the
go,
closest
go,
we're
go,
getting
go,
to
go,
the
go,
corner
go.
guards in play. Almost there. Oh, we're getting so close, so close. We're always coming about a rock and a half away from those corner guards. Greyweather's going to want to peel that one out of there and get out of there as much as possible. Get away from that corner, shift it back.
I guess the data would suggest that it's easier to draw behind a corner than it is to hit and roll behind a corner at this rate. We've had a lot of hit and rolls over there, but
yeah, we haven't.
9-9?
Yeah, you're right. We haven't had in this game any of the hit and rolls be done perfectly, especially going to the wings. So, kind of wonder if maybe Ackerman could have thought about just ignoring those 2 and doing the draw. There you go. See?
10.
No, they're going with the hit and roll again. She's all about it.
Yeah.
She's determined. We are going to make a hit and roll. It is going to happen in this game.
best wishes.
Right? Is it maybe a little bit of a stubborn Saskatchewan mentality? And as a Sasky boy, I can say I have that in me too. So I'd be like, no, I want to make this already. We've been trying for 7 ends.
I won't go that far. I'll let you say that.
I'm fine with being a little bit of a stubborn Sasky. It's
But
all
it is
good.
certainly a lot more difficult to make a hit and roll under a corner guard.
No, this is pretty
Something
good.
to consider
Medium?
in the future, possibly.
I didn't think it was goofy.
Heard the nose call here. That's what
Whoa.
Team Greyweathers is looking
Clean.
for. Clean.
Whoa, whoa,
Favorite
whoa.
word as a thrower.
Clean. Whoa, whoa.
And as a sweeper.
And as I was just going to say, and as a sweeper.
Probably more so as a sweeper.
9-1.
There we go.
Owen looks like he was trying
All
so
right,
hard.
now what do we do?
We'll just, I don't think we'll get both if we make the roll, so it's kind of one or the other. Or we just ignore it and just draw.
Oh, there we go.
Okay, let's just make the double then. You guys
Oh.
like that? Or do you like just going for the roll?
It should be noted that
I don't mind 9.
in a game in the last end, being down 1, it doesn't matter if the other team scores 6 right now.
Yeah,
You
that's
have
right.
to score 2, so you really have to increase your odds on scoring your 2 or multiple, 2 or 3 or 4, whatever it is.
I love that every time, though, you see it in the back red when she's like, or do we just do the draw around? She gets that nice little Skylar Ackerman smirk
Yeah.
there where you know it's in her head going, oh, I wonder if we should just
It's
do
the
it.
whole angel devil on each shoulder
Yeah.
situation.
Yep,
I like the thought, though.
The ego and
yep,
the
yep, yep.
There we go. Oh,
I guess.
there we go.
Yes.
well.
Nice.
There we go.
I'll eat my
Boom.
words. I'll
Yes, you
eat them all,
Boom.
every bit.
We finally got our nice roll. We got our corner guard in play.
I thought it was close,
I needed-
but I was like,
Advantage Ackerman.
I think that
Nicely done. That was a
My
great,
bad.
great throw, great line call.
That was really good.
Very worthy of a dill pickle pretzel.
Nadine Scotland, go get this team a bag of dill pickle pretzels, win or lose here. They deserve it. First team to make that nice roll in this game. And the perfect time to be doing it if you're an Ackerman fan. Textbook, love it.
This
That's a little punny of a comment there, Rick. Textbook shot when you're up against the University of Alberta. Oh, I love it. That's a punny shot. That's a punny comment. I'm loving it.
Mine's really
less
good.
expensive than textbooks.
Real
So.
Ain't that
running.
what? Ain't
Well,
that the
maybe
truth?
not. I guess these shots could be pretty expensive depending on maybe into the playoffs.
No
Yeah.
bounce on the line.
Could pull some pad your wallet in your bank account pretty
Stay
quick.
close. Yep, curl, curl, curl. You gotta be shot. You gotta be shot.
Yeah, gotta get the shot. Get the nice corner freeze
Oh,
here. Oh, just comes up short though. There you go. Beautiful.
4-4.
Team parent on top of it
We're
again with
one.
the cameras. Loving it.
Still a great shot though.
Yep.
Could definitely affect,
Or guard.
influence the effect of the turnout of the end, I should say.
Still nice shot. And as you may have seen just in the corner there,
I like
as
that
we're
back
looking to
foot.
the right, Team Gim and
Okay.
Team Hunkin just wrapped up. Gim had Hammer coming home in 8, up 6-4, ran Hunkin out of rock. So Team Gim, the defending champions, staying alive on the A side. They will go to the A qualifier later today to take on BC's Team Brown. Not all hope lost for Team Hunkin, though. Of course, they will drop down to the B side.
Pretty solid game played by Team Gim from my from what I've been able to watch of it.
Yeah, those
Good
the-
team game.
that stealing 5 of 2 and then kind of banking it up with a steal of 1 and 6 was the difference maker there. So tough team. That Korean team is a very tough team to defeat, and as they're proving, they'll have a chance to book their spot in the in the playoffs later today. Worth noting, the 2A qualifier winners will play a skins game as well, I believe, tomorrow. So that will be happening. So those A qualifier teams, even if they have tomorrow off, they will get some time on the ice, some practice time, of course, and then they will play a skins game against one another for some extra cash. So you get a benefit of qualifying not only from the A side, pad your wallet a little bit more with some money in a skins game, which is always fun.
Girl.
There you go, nice
I
shot there
think
from
if we
Ackerman.
play something like
Split
that,
the host.
French kiss.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know what that
Like
French
half
kiss
a rock
referred
with
to, but
I don't care.
I don't know, but I
Maybe
kind of
it's
want to
a-
go down
it's
and
a
ask them
new
That's
after.
term.
crafty, yeah.
Can you tell us more about this
Can you
French
ever
kiss
throw
shot that you
something
speak
about
of?
splitting
I
the
don't
house.
love heel because I think we need to stick around.
Okay.
So I'm seeing like medium to easy.
Okay. Whatever you know the ice for.
I like medium.
Both teams making some pretty good shots. There was one missed earlier, but the last couple have been pretty well positioned.
The intense 8 then that we thought. This is the last game on the ice right now. We can also just give you a quick update. Team Ha, I believe, did defeat Team Muse. They had Hammer coming home in 8, and they were up 4-3. So with them being off the ice, I'm going to assume
Close,
Team Ha took the win there.
Whoa. Whoa. Curl.
And again, that was a B side game as well. So Ha will stay alive in the B. Muse will drop down to the C.
Chris's day has been
There we
made.
go.
That's great.
Oh, it just goes
Very
right
happy,
behind.
Chris.
9-1.
Good question, Cheryl. Do not know which game will be streamed. I believe the game is at 4:30 today. But it will be whatever game is on sheet number 5. And if you are returning, you will be hearing my voice again. I'll be joined by Austin, who has been commentating. And he joined me yesterday for some games, or for a game. So
I can give you a
that'll be
little
your commentary team.
Austin, Texas.
Believe what we've heard is the next draw game will be a C game though, so it will be an elimination game. So high stress in that one for sure for the two teams. It's win and stay alive for that draw. I think we have 3 or 4 elimination games in the next draw for the C side.
Good curl. Needs to
I
curl.
want to touch it.
Stay tuned, join us for that one.
Keep it firm down. Just keep it firm down. Right to me.
Back 8.
Curl if you can. Mine's really good.
Ackerman keeping it pretty calm and
Hard. Have to be
collected.
overshot this one. Have to be overshot. Have to be overshot. Go, go,
Does
go,
have
go,
to
go,
be
go, go,
second
go, go.
shot rock.
Yeah,
And that might be the difference between a blanked
Is
end
it?
or not. I don't know.
It's us.
Looks like it's red.
Medium?
yep.
I'm actually seeing this move up like
Gray Weathers is saying it's them. So that big unfortunate miss for Team Ackerman there. You really had a chance. That was your shot to get
I
your
don't even need
2.
it. Yeah, that's close.
Can
for
we
him,
just
actually.
note
There
that
we go. Perfect
it
angle
must
right
be
there.
a U of A thing where teams call medium hit weight? Because I haven't.
It is. Lisa's
It's,
sitting beside us, and Lisa just gave us a huge head nod of agreement there.
branded and trademarked.
Yeah.
Seeing a little bit of movement with this.
See, folks, not only Lisa's running the camera over there, but she's giving us some pointers, giving us some info.
Yeah.
Lisa Parent crushing the job today.
Seems like a very innocent way to call a weight. It's like, there are other options, but let's throw medium.
You're right. U of A trademarked. Throw that out there so they don't get angry with us. If you're going to take it, add a TM to that one.
Clean.
Clean.
You're going to take it, pay us royalties.
Oh!
Pay U of A royalties.
Yeah.
Zoe.
To the Pandas it goes.
Curl.
Zoe, 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 Zoe.
Sit.
Yeah, you don't want to give the advantage back. There we go. Sticks around
Ooh.
to sit the 2.
9-7.
Thought that would finish up just a touch more.
Well,
So.
if Ackerman's going to take the win here and avoid the extra, she's going to have to do it with the skipper's deuce.
Fine. Draw around. Do we draw? I think. Like there's nothing else we can really do.
Yeah.
I think it's us, but.
Okay. We just can't be.
He's got to give us 2. Did you see different? What you have?
Yeah, we still have the whole house to draw too. Yeah. Okay. Top 4. I had you here, so I think I need just a little more until we get back. Let's go.
Get tap if that's easier. But.
Ah, that was a really nice throw. And that was really good ice reading. It came off nice at the end.
Yeah.
Sorry. That was something on the last spot.
Just the exact same. 2 feet to what you think a draw is. Like they were saying, it's bumping.
All right, we're back on our commentary team. We had a small bug problem crawling across our screen, so we just wanted to take care of that. It was blocking our sight line a little bit, so we sent a little bug on his way. He's gone. Lisa's happy.
James named it, and then
I called him my buddy and my friend, and then he's now wadded up and gone. So prayers for him. His life has come to an end. Sorry to say.
So it looks like Ackerman's elected to play the come around as opposed to the freeze on the side one. Probably the better of the 2 options. Might
I
make
think
it a
so.
little bit more complicated to remove. And if it's made even half good, you'll probably just see.
Jackie!
Sorry.
Jackie!
Just have a draw on the next one.
Yeah.
It may
It's
just
trying to curl.
Either way, you're
just-
hoping for an Ackerman or a Grey Weathers mistake on her last anyway, but might not matter. 'Cause
looking,
this is
All the way.
going through the house, I think.
through the hack into the parking lot, maybe.
Go. Out.
And there's the game saver there.
You want to check?
So Grey Weathers knows now. Worst case scenario for them is they're going to an extra end and they'll have hammer. Best case scenario is they're going to pick up the W here. Want to make complete sure that's very important.
Just got to be.
As you
somewhere.
see them taking a look there, 'cause depending where this rock goes, if Ackerman maybe has a shot at making a double or something with their last.
Sorry?
Those 2 rocks that they keep looking at could come into play. There you go. Those are the last 2 rocks of this end. Last shots for both skippers coming up.
Yeah, we just don't want to give her a triple. So probably here is close. Makes her think to draw or hit. I like here.
Speed should be next here.
Yeah, I'm seeing like here. I gave you here, and
Pretty
it ended
good
up
call, I
there,
think.
So
Mm-hmm.
I think that
Creates
this
a
is
little
pretty
bit of
close.
indecision for Ackerman whether they want to play the hit or the draw.
Yeah.
Even if she has draw weight in her back pocket, well, now she might have to draw to the forefoot specifically for the win or for the extra.
Good conversation from the team too. They really looked at a bunch of different options of where they want to place this rock,
I think tolerance is like
figuring it all out,
points of
getting
that
it down to
forefoot,
the exact spot.
just so we don't set anything up.
So the front end knows exactly where the back end is saying that they want to call this rock to be at. So good conversation there. Smart play.
Tuck a piece would be great, but we don't need to flirt with it.
There you go.
Speed relatively similar to that draw that I threw.
Thought it was.
Okay.
soon as they lifted the brooms, it just stopped.
Last rock coming here from Serena Gray Withers in the 8th. The 1-point lead.
Light?
Line's good.
Light running. Running.
Running.
Make sure.
Hard.
Pretty strong sweeping
Line's
position.
Mm-hmm.
Hard.
Line's looking
Hard.
good. It's just managing the weight to where they want it now.
You got it all the way.
Yeah,
Right
there you go.
Go.
Keep
go,
going.
Go. Every inch. Just
Holy moly.
Might have
There
made
you
it too
go.
good.
There you go. Draw
Sweet
draw
five.
for the tie here for Skylar Ackerman. She's gonna sit on the house. She's got to make full 8 foot.
Yeah, I think I can.
Wide
do what
open
Yeah.
house though. So to hit what she needs.
What that time?
We'll assume she makes this, and then we will be going off to an extra end,
I
folks.
think the weight came off when it curled because I felt better.
Pretty excited about the extra end, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, not to pre-call it. This probably is the first full game of curling I've watched in a couple of years live. So
Well, there you go.
we are blessed to have a good chance of going to an extra here.
Ackerman and Gray Withers both want to reward you for finally getting to see some live curling. So they're like, we'll give you 9 ends of play.
Weight's pretty close.
But that 10th end would have gotten us.
Well, they're just balancing out your conversation earlier of the night of 8 versus 10 ends. They're like, we'll give you 9. Yeah, brooms down. No concerns going on here. Everyone's pretty happy on the Ackerman team with this. Very important, though, that Ackerman gets that open draw to try.
10s across the board.
Lands it on the button. Nicely done. So Skylar Ackerman comes up with the clutch draw here in 8. Tie this game up at 6. We will go to an extra end with Team Gray Withers having hammer when we come back. Stay tuned.
Let's do it.
Welcome back. We've got some extra end action here. Calgary Curling Club with the Curler Corner Autumn Gold Curling Classic. Team Ackerman out of Saskatchewan. Team Gray Withers out of Alberta. The Next Gen U25 champions, Gray Withers, 2-time champs, will have hammer here in the extra end. And as we said at the very beginning of this game, they have locked horns at both of the Next Gen U25 classics last year and this year. Gray Withers won both of them, so they seem to have a little bit of an advantage over their fellow Next Gen teams from one province over. Ackerman's going to try to get the steal here in the extra. Gray Withers just needs to put a point on the board to pick up the W.
Hard, Taylor.
Rivals,
It just has
you
to be
could
very
say.
Yes.
Yep.
It's nice to see a U25 and this next gen having some rivalries
14-2.
building and growing, so definitely helps the sport moving forward.
Yeah, 25. I don't know whether they're all right at 25 or not, but
I
it's
think
kind of
you'll
a
be able to
vulnerable
get to
age
it.
because it kind of means that you've made it through
Like
the
back
university. Like a lot of, you see people drop off, not able to afford to play
Back
quite
eight,
so
back
much
line.
university. But it's nice to see these teams still playing strong, which probably means that they're going to be rivals for the next 10 or 15 years in the sport, likely.
Yeah, it's really advantage of again, a key for the success of this event is we get to see teams like Ackerman and Grey Withers playing against each other. Now, this is the future of the sport here in Canada, so we get to highlight them in this game, and this could be a potential future Scotties matchup. You can say that maybe the first time you saw them play against each other was here at the Autumn Gold Curling Classic.
That's right. Maybe in Calgary.
Could be,
in
yeah,
the
good
spring.
call, yeah. Scotties in Calgary this year.
I think we still need another guard, hey?
Nice
Yep.
shot there.
Yep.
Yeah, Ackerman's going. She's take the guards here. She's going to want as much mess in the
Speed's good, buddy.
front yard as possible
You got
here.
her. Okay. Yeah.
Are you familiar with the event that's in Barrie this weekend?
The Stu Cells.
Oh, the Stu
It
Cells,
is,
of
yeah. The
course.
Stu Cells Tankard and Barrie, yeah.
Staple curling event.
Yes,
staple sponsor
definitely.
in the curling community.
Yep.
Hard, Kaylin. Hard, you gotta go.
Of course, the Stu
Hard,
Cells
you gotta go.
series has
Straight.
expanded to
Still stop,
host
still stop,
junior
still stop.
events,
Mhm.
Hard,
women's
hard,
juniors
hard.
and men's
Hard,
events.
tilt
It
stop,
has,
hard,
yeah.
tilt stop.
Yeah.
Hard, tilt stop. Go,
Yeah,
go,
good to
go,
see.
Go, 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 go.
Again, a great opportunity to talk about growing the sport for the future. That's a key one right there.
Yeah, I think it's safe to throw out a thank you as well to Stu, halfway across the country, but someone who's put a lot of time and money into growing our sport as well.
Definitely. Well, and we should throw out a little thank you to our supporters here at the Autumn Gold Curling Classic too. So big call out and thank you to sponsors Olsen Curling, Global, Enigma Resources
nice.
Limited, Print 3,
Taylor.
Rockwatcher, and Coronado Ventures Limited. So thank you for your support. Without you, we could not offer
the
and
same ice?
host an amazing event. And as we know, this event's been around since 1978, steeped in rich history of the World Curling Tour, and one of the first and only events that has been a women's-only event from day one. So props to support not only the sport of curling, but you're also supporting women's curling, which is also great. So thank you to our sponsors. And of course, if you ever want to be a sponsor in the future, get in touch with anyone, Nadine Scotland maybe perhaps, maybe Brittany Tran, maybe Lisa Parent over here, anyone that's helping run this event. We could always take on more sponsors, of course, and we would be happy to say your name and give you some shout outs on the streams in the future years. So something to think about, people.
Do you have of the tight one?
Good sweep, nice touch. You got this.
Do you like just the top one then?
Tail two
this
teams
is our
here.
problem, Rock.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. Okay.
Grey Withers is in declutter mode. Ackerman is in clutter mode.
Who's succeeding?
Probably, I don't know, but I imagine if we had, what was that lady's name? Marie Condor?
Yep.
Was that her name?
Antoinette?
Yep.
No.
Clean. Yep.
Wow. Okay. And reference went over Josh's head there, so we'll move on,
Sorry.
shall we? Wonderful. Thanks,
Let
Josh.
me eat
That's
cake.
great. Josh is hungry and he wants cake.
Very
So
nice.
after this game is over, he will go have some cake. Well, he gives Lisa her prize, because we haven't forgotten about that either.
She's sliding a little.
We don't know what
tight
that prize is going to be, but
to
I'm
her,
assuming
but
Josh
it's
has
loading, So I
something
think you can be tentative.
because he offered
Here,
it up.
speed-
So get on top of it. No comment there from Josh on that one.
My
He's-
only
listen,
comment
listen
is
how nice and quiet he is all of a sudden.
everything that comes out of my mouth. Just because I'm hungry doesn't mean I'm offering anything.
As you said, 9 ends later, at the end of 9 ends, you go, don't believe anything that comes out of my mouth. So cancel out everything Josh has said for the last 8.5,
Well, we
9
have
ends.
to
folks.
instill hope first.
What, for Lisa to get our prize?
Positive affirmation, right?
I thought we were instilling hope in Lisa getting our prize.
Nice.
That hope's gone.
I don't know. My
Hope-
memory
Nice,
doesn't go
Ashley.
back that far.
Hope springs
Good job,
eternal.
one.
I think we just go in the chat and just scroll up and see where you offered it, actually.
I don't think we had people talking to us at the beginning of the game.
No, we did. Yeah, Lisa.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. That was your call out to get people in the chat.
Clean. Clean. Whoa, whoa.
Oh, it was nice to hear the clean again.
Good.
So there we go. Declutter mode versus clutter mode.
Same.
Same.
Seems
Same
good.
thing.
Interesting close to this game, really.
Mm-hmm.
Still could go both ways pretty easily.
Now, both teams very happy with how this extra end is playing, actually. Both seem pretty calm and getting to play the game plan they had coming into it, so we'll keep going on. This is first of third stones now here in the 9th end.
Tighter line. Okay, line's okay.
Neither team making any mistakes in the extra end, too, so that's kind of clutch.
One's good. That's all we want.
That's what you
all you
want.
got.
There you go.
Line's really good. Good judge, guys.
There you go. Right where Skylar had her broom.
I think both teams are pretty happy right now. They're really just kind
Mhm.
of trying to position the rock well. Hope you get a half miss from the other team.
Yep. Yeah, this extra is really going to come to which team blinks first, really, because they're both making their shots. They're both playing their game plan, and the one who makes the smallest mistake first could be the one that might unfortunately take the L.
Good.
And yes, that was live. That wasn't just a repeat of what we've seen the last couple shots here. Lisa's making sure that we're on live coverage the whole time, even though that might have looked familiar from the last couple rocks.
We love a replay, though, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
So here's the good conversation from Ackerman now. Now is when we go in,
Kinda tricky
make the
for me to
call.
say,
Let's
but
hear what they have to say.
I don't love that side.
Words are hard.
Whatever you want to throw. I think it makes the most sense.
I agree.
But
Do you think
then
we can get there this way, or do you think we have to throw it in?
I don't mind coming this way. I think this is more natural, but the ice is different, right?
Yeah.
Just be kind of more of a guess over there.
Yeah. I guess even if we, it's not the end of the world. My first thought was this turn, but we just haven't thrown there. You guys like? We're just here. That's fine. Okay. As long as we're shot.
Yep.
Right?
I like it.
Okay. Same ice we've been taking. It's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's do it.
So you heard right there, good conversation from the back end of Team Ackerman.
Yeah. Just nobody's thrown on that side.
Figuring out exactly the shot they want to go. They're going to go in. This is their chime.
Hot button, I think.
Well, down to skip rocks.
Right?
This is why you pay them the big bucks.
As next gen U25 players.
Yeah.
All the big bucks they're making, right?
Especially the university athletes. But it really is just a game of there's 4 rocks and the skips. It's kind of all in their hands.
Yep, it really is. The 3 players on both teams did their jobs. Now it's up to the skips to do their jobs to get the W. So, again, who blinks first? It's a staring contest right now.
I thought it was close. Take a look.
Is your money on the red team throwing
Easy.
yellow or the yellow team throwing red?
Wow. Were you saving that one for the whole game just to get that in at a good time?
No, I just became colorblind. So
That was nicely done. I enjoyed that. And that was a good comment. There you go.
Good judge, guys. Nice sweep.
Yeah, they like the call on that one. All right, so now
Nice call, Ashley.
pressure goes over Gray Withers.
I don't think we play anything.
you're welcome, Rick. Thanks for tuning in. It's been a lot of fun. Sounds like you have a weekend full of curling.
Definitely.
So if you're between games, sounds like you can tune into the Stu Cells in Toronto for tons of great curling over there too.
Yeah, we have Horgan versus Collider up next. Talking about next gen curlers right there. Tanner and Ryland. Good battle there too. Two guys that are quite familiar with one another, so that'll be a good matchup over in Barrie. And then in an hour's time, you're gonna drip back over to Calgary and join us for this game, for our next game, I should say, at 4:30.
Yeah, it is the season of curling and golf, and I know
October.
that if I remember correctly, at the Stu Cells, there is the opportunity to sometimes get out on a golf course out there too.
Also available here in Calgary right now.
Yeah, that's a good time for golf here in Calgary.
That's right.
For about a week.
Yes. There you go.
I always
nice
found
overview.
that so weird though, walking into a curling club
think
and in shorts and a
that's close.
t-shirt.
Like when they curl in August or in May.
Yeah, it feels like
Like back 8 to
as
back
excited
9.
as you are to be there, you're kind of like, this doesn't make
Kinda
sense.
chunked it.
So was what Champions Cup was. I remember that from last year, at the end of last season in Regina, and all the curlers walking in and in shorts, and half the people sitting in the crowd where we're all in shorts too, and then you're watching a winter ice sport in May.
It kind of ends up just being a disappointment sometimes because you bring your golf clubs and you want to go play, and then you try everything in your willpower to do it, and your curling schedule is just you have 3 games a day for 4 days in a row.
True. Yeah, there you go, Rick. In BC, you can also go skiing after too.
Clean it. Clean it.
Early round of golf, go curl, end your day with some skis.
Curl.
A little triathlete there.
Hard curl.
Here we go. Yeah, gonna have to get that to curl over.
Gotta move. We've gotta move.
It's gonna be all over her own.
Okay, not so bad.
Big sigh of
Oh.
disgust, really.
Yeah, no.
Too much weight?
Serena's not gonna like that.
She's
Yeah.
not out of it yet, though. She's still got a whole button to work
Same.
with.
I just don't know how to set up a double, so I don't really want to
Ackerman
end up, like,
will do their best to protect that yellow stone. There is the option they could throw another one right in there and really narrow down the scoring area, but
Yeah, that looks to be. There we go. The team coming down for another good shot. They're really good at these.
Here.
Let's see what they have to say.
I know Chance draw on this side. I think this is kind of her shot right now, or the same thing. So why don't we just go here then?
Yep.
That kind of blocks both, no? Just make sure there's no port. Kind of takes away the in-off, doesn't it? Yeah. I think I like here. Yeah. I think this makes the most sense. Yeah, I agree.
Here, what do you?
I feel like there is probably close. Because I think it's going to go hard at the end.
Yeah, I think that's max.
Yeah, no, I agree. Okay.
And I think if we were taking the drop path,
I think we'll be close.
It's also a path that isn't used often. So
okay, so
there's
3
lots
feet.
of traffic here, but
Yep. So I think just keep it positive and we'll keep a broom down.
Okay.
Okay.
I like that ice.
so we want it tight,
Best case, I think.
even.
Yeah, even.
We
I
just
think I like higher just 'cause then it kind of takes the port away a little bit.
we just
too.
can't leave a hole for the yellow. I think it
Yeah.
has to be over this way a little bit, like more. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Right there. Yeah, I like that. So,
You on that line.
All right, really good shot there from Team Ackerman. We wanted to. It's a pretty clutch, important shot here. Her last shot here in the extra end. So we wanted to let all viewers listen to the good team conversation
Yeah.
happening there. As you heard their decision, they're going to go and guard that side of the sheet in that yellow, kind of create no port there,
I don't hate
And
just
cut
an
it
inch
off.
more.
and force Grey Weather's hand here to draw a button for
Nice
the win.
positive throw here. Thanks, Speed. You got it.
There we go. Halfway.
Big pressure shot here.
Easy. Whoa. Stay close.
Yeah.
Close. Hard curl, curl, curl.
Yeah. Now you want it to break over just
Hard.
a little bit.
Hard, 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 hard.
Don't want to leave a port or a hole there. There you go. There's perfect shot there of what was left. Exactly like they wanted. Grey Withers already prepped and ready to go for her draw. Draw to the button for the win. It's like you were saying, Josh, this is why you're the skip, right? Draw the button for the win. That's what you want to do as a skip.
That's why you're supposed to be.
Pressure clutch shot here.
Has she thrown many draws on this side? I did hear the last. I heard Ackerman's team mention that this side has been played a little less, which is kind of what we've been talking about earlier on. So we'll have to see if they might have to keep their brushes down on this one.
Yeah, I think so. We haven't seen a lot on this side. So here we go. Serena Grey Withers with her last rock here in the extra of a tie game. Draw needing to go to the button for the win.
Line's good. Curling.
Line's great.
Curling.
Hard, guys.
Oh, they're really on it.
They're really on this. It looks light. Yeah. Here we go. Let's see. Kate and just rubs. So there you go. Skylar Ackerman comes up with the steal in the extra end after Grey Withers battles back to force it to an extra after the 4-0 lead. And Skylar Ackerman gets her revenge after losing to Grey Withers earlier this season at the U25 Next Gen Classic. Skylar Ackerman from Saskatchewan picks up the 7-6 win over Alberta's Serena Grey Withers. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. We appreciate you joining us today for the afternoon action here at the Curler Corner Autumn Gold Curling Classic. Stay tuned. We will be back in under an hour's time at 4:30 for another live stream draw. It will be a C side grind game, an elimination game. Josh, thank you for joining us on commentary today. Hopefully you had a great time. Thanks for everyone for joining. Last word to you, my friend.
It was a pleasure. I'll be back.
Awesome. Thanks to say. Everyone, enjoy your time off. We'll see you soon. We're going to go grab some food.
Goodbye.